It is the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, June 14th, 2024, and we are coming to you live this morning with a unexpected live show with an unexpected cast of characters on the show today. Galvin is out of town, filling in today, the lovely and talented Ian Beckles. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
And Carmen is here with us. Good morning to you, sir. And Dizzy is on the board. What up, Dizzle?
Second brother signing in for duty.
We couldn't have them both at the house at the same time. Security went allowed. Carmen, I noticed you walked in today with a bag of goodies.
Yeah, a big box of teas.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize how much I relied on it. I had to get that sentence out until I had none. I went to a little tin and I was like, hey, wait a second.
Yeah, I got you guys all the flavors you requested. Ew. And look at this. These are pretty cool.
Okay, hold on.
All right. Oh, we got new stuff.
T-shirts. Creamsicle teaser shirts. I like it. Tampa 813 shirts.
What's up?
So you're telling me Teasa sent us shirts, but the Rays won't send us shirts. That's interesting. Oh, okay.
But yeah, I really like those shirts.
Yeah.
Those are sweet.
Thank you, Teasa.
Yeah, Teasa's awesome. Their warehouse is pretty cool, too. Literally, you just go through a thing of offices, and then you go to the back warehouse, and it's just boxes and boxes of Teasa.
I like it. I like it a lot. Good. I'm looking forward to stuffing my face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, kids. Well, that's the show. Have a great day. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Whose idea was this?
To do a show?
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Ready for this? I was supposed to be off today and tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And my plan shifted. Yeah, I'm sorry, yesterday, and I'm off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yesterday and today. And then my plan shifted to next week, so I didn't want to take 2 weeks off. So I said, hey, I'm just going to work these 2 days, and we'll take off I'll take off the next weekend. Then I started getting nervous, and I was like, I hate taking days off. And then I'm like, then I got to go to Vegas at the end of the month, and then I have all this stuff coming up, and I go, and now my wife wants to go away in July. We weren't going to go away this summer. Now we're going away to the beach in July. And I go, I don't want to take all this time off. People yell at me when we take days off. So that's why we're working today. And now it turns out Conor McGregor is officially not fighting in the fight.
Yeah.
So, $6,000 and in fight tickets later, I don't have. Now, check this out. Pete already bought his tickets. I did not buy my tickets yet. My tickets are on hold, and I was going to get them, and now it's not happening. So it's so good for what's his name, JP, turned me on to Vinny Tickets, and I called Vinny Tickets for the tickets, and I said, hey, what's the deal here? And he goes, I got them. They're on hold. Let's wait and see if anything better comes up. And I said, okay. So I didn't buy them, and now I'm clear. Pete already bought his tickets. Oh. Now I'm wondering if Pete gets his money back for those tickets because it's not the fight that he bought. But it probably says the card is subject to change. Yeah. So, right? He'll be screwed on that, won't he?
No doubt.
Oh, that's
even if the main event changes, I feel like the other fights, that's subjected to change. But if the main event if that changes, then that's not.
Nah, but it's in the fine print.
Yeah.
Rich people don't give back money.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he did not buy those for face value. Because they were going for 4 times
they kept
the
going
price.
Up and
he
up.
did get a good deal on them, but I'm sure he paid at least $5,000.
Yeah,
because he got good seats. So I'm sure he paid at least $5,000. My thing is that now he won't even be able to sell them for that kind of money because.
Yeah, I mean, probably not. I'm sure the price is going to go down tremendously just because McGregor was what the draw was.
Of course, the rest of the card was weak because they knew McGregor would be the draw. I have $10,000 now in United flying credit because I'm not flying out to that flight. I'm not flying out to Vegas.
They should give you your money back. I thought that was the new rule by the FAA. They have to give you your money back.
If it gets canceled.
Yeah, the flights has nothing to do with Conor McGregor.
Right. Hi, United. The Irish guy isn't going to make it. So
let me get that money back.
Yeah, that shuts a whole city down now. Everything, I don't know.
Well, I mean, they still have UFC, and it's still going to draw, and it's just not huge events.
Dana White is the best actor ever. He goes, Conor McGregor is out with an injury. He's not going to fight. But we've got a heavyweight, and he went into to try to sell it really good. And I'm like, I don't know, I've never even heard of this guy. Not that he's not great. I'm not that big of a fan.
That fight's just more for fight fans, whereas Conor McGregor brings in non-fight fans.
I'll watch the fight on TV, but I'm not going
McGregor hasn't been great in a while.
No, he's the hype guy.
That's all he is.
Yeah.
He's the Ali of a generation when it comes to hype. That's all it is. He keeps losing.
Yeah.
He keeps talking like he's going to kill the whole village, and then he gets in there and gets his ass kicked. He's like, I'll get you next time.
Well, he's the polarizing one, in the sport.
Yes.
But he's so roided up now.
Is that what it is?
Well, do you see him?
See, I don't know. I never did steroids, clearly. But he looks to me like he's so thin now.
Thin? No, I mean, he just looks like
swollen.
He looks like he couldn't pack any more meat on him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He does look
the capacity.
full. Yeah. And he's a little guy, He's a little guy, which is really deceiving because if he was like, hey, you bumped my car, I go, shut up, you leprechaun, and he'd just put me in a pretzel and make me cry.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Of McGregor's?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not hanging posters on my wall, but if you want to watch a fight, you want to see it.
He makes it interesting.
Yeah, where he won me over was McGregor Mayweather. Those press conferences. I don't even care about the fight.
Sure.
He was so goddamn funny in those press conferences that I was like, this guy is the best.
He is funny in the press conferences. He lost me punching, stray guys in bars.
That old man.
It's an old dude. Stop it.
That old guy was
You're a
talking
fighter.
trash.
Yeah, you're a fighter. Stop that.
I think that's called cocaine.
Oh, well, whatever.
Or steroids.
Yeah, he lost me there. Yeah.
Allegedly, thank you. He likes to take the cocaine.
Yeah.
No.
Who
I don't
doesn't?
know that to be true. That's what I hear. Yeah.
It's a blast. I heard. My friend told me.
You've never punched anybody in the. Well, no, I'm sorry.
Has anybody said alleged for cocaine and been wrong?
No, I don't think
Never.
so. Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Dizzy's not on the cocaine.
I don't know. Maybe.
Dizzy's
You
only
don't know
on-
my life.
I know you're only on the. Dizzy's on the weed.
All the time,
Yeah,
24/7.
I know. I could tell because sometimes Dizzy looks like a little chipmunk, like he's been eating snacks for a little while, and then sometimes he's in fight and wait.
Dizzy would be horrible at hide and seek because you can,
Smell me?
where you can see where he's been. You can tell he's here, close.
He do like
nearby.
my daughter. He'd just stand there and cover his eyes.
Yeah.
I will never forget before the last cruise, right before we're about to get to security, Gio leaned over to me and goes, dude, you smell like a Snoop Dogg concert. I was like, no, why would you tell me this now?
Listen, I don't want you to get, there's security up there, man.
You know what though? It's nobody cares now. You know what I mean? It's like
This was next level.
yeah, that's true.
Literally, when I'm leaving the radio station, the whole stairwell, which is 3 flights,
Right.
smells like Dizzy.
Yeah.
All right,
Dizzy.
guys. So what are we doing?
Not Dizzy, but does somebody smoke in the stairwell?
I don't think
It's just
so.
wafting behind.
Yeah.
Or is it
Just him.
Yeah.
I just thought. Do you ever go on the roof in that place?
No.
No, we can't get up there. They locked it.
Oh,
Yeah, they
Galvin and
locked
I
it.
ruined that.
Yeah.
Galvin and I used to go on the roof.
Do what?
Well, we were trying to do a thing one time with kicking. So we were like, let's see if we can go to the roof and we'll see what the height is. So we went up there. So you go all the way to the top of the stairs, then you have to climb a ladder, then you have to open a door, and you have to go on the roof. Then when you get up there, we went up there on a summer day, and it was hot as hell out. It was bright out, and then the roof is all white rocks because they won't want it to be hot. And it is blinding up there. You can't because everything is white and the sun is shining down and it's blinding up there. But I thought that would be a good spot for you, Diz.
To go hang up there?
Yeah.
I'm afraid of heights. That's why I'm short, first of all.
Yeah, but the good thing is that once you get, it's such a big roof that once you get up there and in there, you don't even realize where you are until you go to the edge because you can't see over the sides.
No, that's terrifying.
Can you imagine being up there and being high and just walking around?
Oh, no.
See?
Get lost, can't get back in the hole.
I know.
Bad idea now that you're saying it out loud, right?
my bad.
A buddy of mine works at the West Shore Mall, and he brought me and Joe. There's like the abandoned Macy's, and he brought us up on the roof of the abandoned Macy's, and it was awesome but terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, the West Shore Mall is like 2 stories tall. If it fell off, wouldn't be a big deal.
It feels.
no.
I would break both my legs.
Who used to work at the West Shore Mall? Tom Calta.
Really?
My dad used to be the overnight security guy at the West Shore Mall.
Hell
He
yeah.
was Paul Blart.
He was Paul Blart. Yep. And he had, he said the number one crime that he used to have to break up against what he wanted was lesbian hookups in the parking lot. My dad said, my dad said I would see a car, it would pull over, and I would let them do their thing. I didn't care. They were in the parking lot. And then I'd have to make rounds, and then I'd have to stop over there and make sure they were okay. And he goes, and I can't tell you how many times it was couples, and it was girls having girl on girl sex in the car. Yeah, I know. I was like, Dad, did you whip out your nightstick and be like, "What's up, ladies?" But the great part about it was they had that Auntie Anne's pretzels over there. You ever have those pretzels in the shop?
The soft ones?
Yeah. But they had the whole They have the whole little kiosk there. In West Shore, they had the little stand, and the lady at the Auntie Anne's, I'm just gonna call her Auntie Anne. I think she had a crush on my dad, and she used to leave all the pretzels that nobody ate, at the end, and just put them in a bag for him and bring them home. We had Auntie Anne's pretzels all the time.
That's nice.
Great.
The sugary ones, those are my favorite.
No, just the plain old butter ones. Just before they started throwing hot dogs in them and stuff, they were just pretzels. That was the best though. I hadn't had a pretzel out of a garbage bag since I was in grade school.
I love Auntie Anne's.
You ever have a pretzel with cream cheese in it?
I have.
What?
It's one of the better things you can have. It's so good.
Listen, my wife saw a place in California that was a bagel where they bake the cream cheese inside it. And we had to drive there. She found it on Instagram, wrote the address down, and we had to go when we were in LA and find the place. It was fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Oh.
I was at Emily one time, and me and my boy walked in there, and we were elevated.
Yeah.
And we found this pretzel place, and we walked around, and we ate it on the way around, and halfway back, we walked back to get more. That pretzel was so darn good and moist.
Oh.
I feel like we should order Einstein's again.
I mean, we're gonna get food right today.
Well, we got food yesterday.
Party.
Yeah, I feel like we should get food.
I mean, okay, I brought you Tiza. You bring me the food.
I give you snacks.
Okay.
Sure. And we're doing the second hour shirtless. I hope you're cool with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we usually do on Fridays.
Awesome. I plucked my nipples, so
Let's
we're
rock.
good.
Let's rock.
You couldn't have made that any less sexy.
Yeah.
Nice.
But that's
Oh my God.
No, the idea that you have to pluck your nipples should have never entered our mind. Do all girls do that?
Yeah.
My wife has never, to my knowledge, have I seen a hairy nipple.
You're welcome.
I had a girl tell me once beforehand that she did have them, and then she did.
Oh, like she didn't
She
take
wasn't a
care of
liar?
No, she goes, and I was like, I don't know, how hairy can they be? And they were substantially hairy.
Really? Like a beard?
Like they were long, yeah.
Like you
nipple
can
beard?
see,
hairs.
like mine
Yeah.
aren't like that. Like I got like one or two like little stragglers.
Dark ones? Are they dark?
Well, those
No.
are hot. Those are hot.
Was she warning you or was she
Yes.
enticing you?
No, I think she was warning me. Clearly.
I have hairy nipples. And I feel like I should. And she didn't want to do anything about it, or
Clearly not. I was intrigued for a bit.
yeah. See, I don't even like if it hairs in my food. I won't eat the meal.
Yeah,
so I'm not going anywhere
That
near
is
that.
different.
Yeah,
That's a deal
it's not
breaker.
different.
That's different.
It's
Pretty funny that he was taking off the bra and she's like, real quick before you finish.
Yeah.
First of all, that was back when hair was more acceptable.
Okay.
And second of all, I wasn't the guy who was picking and choosing. Like
I
if
gotcha.
somebody's presenting it, you grab it, bro.
Yeah, but there's a couple of things that turn me off.
That ain't enough.
Yeah,
Nipple
I don't
hair
know.
is
Well,
one.
it depends. Maybe when I was a teenager, I'd be like, "Oh, hairy nipple Millie."
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, I don't know. I've never seen that in person, although I've heard about it.
Yeah.
I did know
When
a girl had one stray one, and I brought it up, and she didn't realize it was there, and I brought it up, and she was mortified. And I was like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. I just didn't know. Just every once in a while, you get one that grows out of the side of your temple, and you're like, where did this guy come from?
Yeah.
Where's this guy going? I always have one hair on my arm that looks like a fiber optic cable. Everything else is little thin baby hairs like Joe Biden had on his leg. And then I get one that looks like it should have lights in it. It's just a long cable. And I go, what makes that happen?
It's like Avatar. You can plug it in somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I could probably plug it into me.
Makes a halo, Jake.
So no Conor McGregor in the fight.
No.
Well, because Ariel Helwani was saying, like Galvin pointed out, he kept saying they are scrambling to find somebody. And I'm like, I don't know. This is Conor McGregor. They do a lot of he does things like this. He could be holding out for more money or whatever, and then he pops up with injury. But Michael Chandler said it because there was video of him a couple of weeks ago at 2:00 in the morning drinking and all coked up, allegedly partying, and Chandler said that's not a guy who's got to fight in 2 months. That's not.
Yeah.
Do we know the injury?
No, I don't even know that it is injury. They're just saying injury. He could be holding out for money or something like that. We don't know what it is.
Right.
And with him, it could be anything.
I think he's lost
not
the eye of
ready.
the tiger.
That might be true.
I'm like, that does happen.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
I think this might be it.
I mean, he's got so much money.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that important to him anymore.
No, you're right. Why? And it's not like you got to go. Oh, you got to go to one more show. You got to go get punched in the face,
Correct.
and possibly get your arms broken and all that stuff. It's not. It's not
And
worth it.
train and eat healthy and your whole lifestyle has to change.
I will tell you right now. I talk to wrestlers and stuff like Undertaker and I. I knew him a little bit, and I used to say to him, "How long are you going to do this?" And he said, "I'm going to do it until I think I look stupid doing it." And I was like, I get it. You don't feel it anymore. And that's how I always feel about this job. I can do this job into my 80s if I want to, because I'm just sitting here talking. But the day that I wake up and I go, I don't have it in me anymore, is the day I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? It's just where I get to the point where I go, man, it's not as cool. Why you don't deserve, the listeners don't deserve me just coming in here and half-assing it.
I like when I hear people say, like, how can that athlete quit? Well, he can quit because he doesn't love it anymore.
Yeah.
That's not something you can fake. Like football, you can't fake football. If you don't love that, you can't get up in the morning and hit somebody in the face and be in pain like that. It's just, it doesn't work like that.
I feel like my son could have played football in college somewhere if he would have stuck with it. Not necessarily like a scholarship on TV or anything, but he could have gone to a college and played. He just came in one day and was like, I don't love it anymore. I don't want to do it. And I always gave him a little push, like, hey, you don't want to quit, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, I do want to quit. I don't want to play. I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm not going to force you to get up and do before school, after school, on your weekends, and give up your whole high school life just so you could do something that I wanted you to do.
You saw my son, right?
Yeah.
My son's a good-looking athlete.
Yeah,
he looks like he could have played college football.
It's in his DNA.
You know how many people could say I could have played college football? A lot.
Yeah.
But it's the love for it.
Yeah.
You're not getting up in the morning and lifting weights and all that. That's not an option. Like, I'm coaching football now in Chamberlain. And I look at these kids and I go, I don't know when lifting weights and football separated.
Yeah.
They're not separate.
Right.
They're together. So if you can't lift weights and you're not in shape, you're not going to be able to play football. And I think they're separate because society in itself is so soft now.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That we're not creating any football players anymore, it seems like.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Well, there has been a huge halt on kids playing football because of injuries.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So a lot of the times now, kids aren't playing until high school. And once you get to high school, if you don't have that love for it, and you get
also if you don't have that background of doing
it's
it,
a lot.
and then you get hit for the first time, you're like, I don't want to do this. Like,
that's why I used to smack Joey in the face when he was like 5, just toughen him up a little bit.
Well, football players are born. I'm letting everybody know that, like, your mentality is born.
Yeah.
Because not everybody wants to hit. That's a mentality. Run and smash your head into somebody and then do it again and then again. Not everybody's built for that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people big enough to do it, but they're not dumb enough to do it.
I'll tell you, when Joey first started playing football when he was like in 7th grade, he played for the Lutz Chiefs that were a local team over here. Anthony Beck turned me on to him, and we met some. I'm still friends with his first coach, Coach Matt. They were really like a good organization, especially to be like in this neighborhood. And Joey played, and he was not good. Like, he was okay, but he didn't like all the running. Like, they made him run laps and stuff. And there was this kid on the team, Drew. And Drew was a chubby little kid. He was kind of like a young Mike Calta. Okay. He was a chubby little kid, and he went out there, and he just like didn't look like he knew what he was doing. He had never played football, much like Joe. He'd never played football before, but was there and showing up and trying to decide if he liked it or not. And that kid lost a ton of weight. He didn't lose it. He moved it from his belly to his muscles, and has got all sorts of scholarships now for being offensive lineman. He's turned out he was great at what he was, but that kid didn't know he loved it until he played, and he worked himself out, and he got into it, and he became, a great player. And I think that's a great, if you have that in you, and most kids, you look at him and you go like, that kid's never going to be able to play. And he turned out he was a great player.
You never know, first of all.
Yeah.
I had a couple of kids that were soft as, tissue paper.
Yeah.
I'd end up, one guy started for Clemson as a center, you know what I mean? Like, and he was a terrible football player back in the day.
Yeah, something clicks.
Yeah, something clicks. But football is so good for kids, okay? I understand, Carmen, and there was a time where I used to get really upset when people said, don't put your kids in football. Now I get it, okay? Because I don't know if your 7-year-old kid needs to be getting concussions. I don't know about that, okay? So maybe wait till 12, 13, 14 in there. But it's so good for kids and anybody to play football because I'm looking at my kids, are like, Coach, I'm tired. I go, I know you're tired, but we got to push through this.
Yeah.
That's life, okay? So football is so good for them, and I don't know if anywhere else, especially at Chamberlain, I don't know up in Plant and Jesuit, those are great schools. Chamberlain, I don't know if these kids have anybody else that's pushing them.
That's exactly what I was
past
going to say.
limits.
A lot of those kids probably coming from single parent families,
100%.
and are not getting that at all. The keep going, the keep pushing kind of thing. That's smart. My son, because I'm super dad, so I was there. But my son was treated by those guys in a way that no adult man has ever treated him before. And you need that. That's life right there. You need to have, some guys yelling at you. You need to have a boss telling you what to do outside of your family. You need to realize that's real life.
I didn't realize what was in front of me till the end of football, and football just stopped, and we're going to start again here in a couple months. But it took, at the end, I realized that I'm not coaching Jesuit, and I'm not coaching Plant.
Right.
And at the end, I realized that because these kids that I'm looking at don't have two parents. A lot of times they don't even want to really go home.
Yeah.
They don't have anything. They have a 1-4.
Yeah.
Their school doesn't really care about them. You look around the school, I'm like, this is your school?
Yeah.
It's really sad, to be honest with you. So football is one thing in their world that's going to bring some semblance and unity, and I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And not enough kids have it.
I wish. And I don't know. I'm not gonna. It was always a part of me that wanted to be a teacher, but teachers didn't make enough money. And but there's a part of me now that still wishes maybe in my retirement year I would do that and go be a teacher somewhere.
I'm not sure you have the mentality.
I think you're wrong. I don't have it here.
I don't think I do either.
Yeah, no.
I have a part of me that I think is good with kids.
Oh no, I think I'm good with kids too. But I would also stand up and go, who the hell do you think you're talking? Like, I don't think I'm that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chad makes a good teacher. Think about this. Chad can handle me when I'm drunk. When I'm drunk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
the kind of patience you need.
Yeah.
And like Chad is a good teacher because he has that, but he also has that. He'll give you that look, and a kid will listen to him.
Yeah.
But he also has the patience to be like, come on, guys. Like, what are you doing? Where like I've seen some stuff that these kids do, and I just want to hit. I'm like, I'm not a
maybe I'm not around these kids enough to really decide that I want to do that.
I can't imagine high school, but like my wife teaches elementary school, little kids, and some of the stuff she tells me about the little kids, I'm like, there's no way I could deal with that. And then you got to deal with the parents, and every parent thinks their kid is the greatest kid on the planet.
Yeah, their kid would never do anything like that. And you're like, really? You're up here every other day. You don't think any of this is true? And they're like, well, not my child. I don't teach them that at home.
I'm like, I would kick that little kid if they did that.
We all went to school for a long time.
Yeah.
My buddy said, I want you to go talk to these kids around the Bush area. So I walked in, and the class looked like it was on fire. Like there's kids off the chandeliers, crazy. Yeah. And I listen and I hear S-my F and I was like, this is third grade now.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Third grade.
And I never heard that in any level at any time.
Yeah.
And I sat down with these kids and I said to the kids, you're going to listen for the next 10 minutes. And I spoke. Nobody said a word. And I left, and the teacher said, I never see him that quiet.
Yeah.
I said, I didn't give him a choice.
That's right.
You guys are giving him choices.
You got to be tough.
I don't give him a choice.
I used to be a counselor for high school kids in Miami in like bad neighborhoods, and those kids came along. Like I was like, any day I'm gonna get stabbed now, anytime. And I believe that could have happened, but they didn't. I was young though. I was only a couple of years out of high school, so I think I related to them a little bit. And I was wearing a suit and tie or a shirt and tie. And once I talked to them though, I think they were like, oh, okay, this guy's not a jerk off like the rest of my teachers, and I think that worked. Although one thing that was dangerously close, I was, I think on like 19 and a half doing this with 17 and 18-year-olds. There were too many hot girls.
Yeah, that's not a good place.
In Miami?
Too many hot girls that liked their teacher.
Yeah.
And then one teacher was like, I know you like Guns N' Roses. They're coming in the car. I was like, no.
And now they've lifted like the dress code. Remember how it used to be like
teachers? For teachers?
No, for students.
Oh, for kids, yeah.
Yeah, like skirts used to have to go to your fingertips, no tank tops, this and that. Now it's obviously it's not their fault. They can wear what they want. They can wear tank tops. They can, be a little bit more
feminism. Yeah.
Do you know, Carmen, in my school, the girls wore skirts and buttoned up blouses was part of the uniform.
Yeah.
And they would roll the skirt at the waist to pull it up. Mm-hmm. And I didn't understand that until they'd get in trouble for it, and the girls would be like, I have to roll my skirt down. Now I look back and I'm like, you little horse.
Yeah.
You little horse. You were just slutting it up
Some
for
real
for the boys.
First
Yeah.
off, nope, it's
Hussies.
not our fault.
Yep.
Keep your eyes
Not
on
your
your
fault.
Keep your eyes on your paper. If my shoulders are distracting you, you're the problem.
No, not your shoulders. I'm just saying the effort to hike up your skirt.
But also, you went to Catholic school.
Yeah.
They're all whores.
Yeah.
And
I like it. Thank you for your service.
They know what they're doing.
But the
I
thing
only
is, like,
had 2 whores in high school. I was not very much a whoremonger.
Mm.
But, you know, my girlfriend in high school was straight A's 4 years, and she was cute, and she was quiet and polite, and everybody wanted to know if we were banging because it was like, there's no way she bangs because she's such a smart kid. And then I'll never forget. Like, people used to ask me all the time. Like, and then one time I was in the driver's ed car where they would take you out and let you drive, and the driver's ed teacher leaned over to me, and he was an old man. He was a friend of mine's father, and he goes, I have your girlfriend in my on Tuesdays. And I go, oh, yeah. And he goes, she's such a sweet girl. And I go, yeah. He goes, you don't have sex with her. I go, I do. He goes, I know you, so I thought you probably were. And he goes, but knowing her, I can't see how it's possible. And I go, oh, it's possible.
He asked you that?
He did, but he was a friend of mine's dad, so it wasn't like just he was a regular teacher,
You're gonna lose your job for that today, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like he said it. He didn't tell the whole car. He leaned in and he asked me, but I knew him, so but he was the best. I go, Mr. Ricardo, can we get lunch? Like, can we stop? I go through a drive-through or something. And he'd go, okay, yeah, and we'd drive and we'd see McDonald's. Like McDonald's, he's like, no, turn here, and we're like, okay, and I go, oh, there's a deli. No, turn here. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Then we'd find a store and he'd go, all right, park right over here. And then park and it'd be right next to a liquor store. And he'd go, I'm going to go in there. You go in there. And he would go and buy wine or whatever he went and bought. He made us, we were driving one time and he made us pull the car over. And we thought we had a flat tire. He goes, pull the car over. He pull over and in the median of the highway was a bunch of wildflowers. And he's like, my wife loves those flowers. Go pick me a bunch of those. We're out there picking flowers. It was just like, we knew we were going to pass, so you might as well just do whatever the guy needed you to do. He was great. He was a great guy. All right, let's get this show moving this morning. Ian is here. Carmen is here. Galvin is out, and we got Sporkle. Ian, how are you at Sporkle? I've never played with you.
I haven't done great in the past.
Yeah. Today is great. Today's famous Black Canadian.
Sweet.
Yeah, you should be okay. All right, Carmen has got Sporkle. We got stuff to give away. We'll tell you what that is, and we'll play when we come back. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Right now, we got a bunch of stuff to give away, Carmen. What is that stuff? I'm going to help you out a little bit.
Okay.
Tonight is Justin Timberlake at the Amalie Arena. We don't have those tickets.
That is correct.
However, Sunday is Santana and the Counting Crows. I would like to go to that. I probably won't.
You know what? Funny thing is, Chad would like to go to that.
Really?
Yeah. So he loves
Who would Chad like to see?
Counting Crows.
Really?
Yeah. He got
I
into
knew
him.
I liked him.
Yeah. He got into him in college.
I like everything about Chad except you.
Yeah.
Aw.
That's a joke.
I agree. I'm with you.
Watch this. You ready for this?
Yeah.
I love Carmen.
Oh, something bad's gonna happen today.
Suck
Oh.
it.
Something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I
Like
so
I
far
see
he's
what
gonna
you're doing.
strike.
Oh,
this
see
week
what you're
I
doing.
said I love Joe and I love Carmen.
I love
Sorry.
you.
I love you too,
No,
Michael.
Thank you.
That's
you.
cool.
So much love in this room.
Yeah, there is a lot of love in this room.
Some.
Well,
No.
No,
I know
lot.
you love
It's
me.
a lot.
I didn't say I didn't.
That's all right. You don't have to say it.
Thank you.
The fact that I'm still here says it.
Facts.
My quote of the week is I am the power to be. Yes, Carmen.
As I say, we also have tickets for Slash, 30 Seconds to Mars, and Cyndi Lauper.
Do you know I won't see Slash anymore?
What?
Why?
Oh, because
Because he was a dick to Pete.
Was he?
Pete will go see. Yeah, so Pete is his Slash is his Pearl Jam. You know what I mean? Is the way I feel about Pearl Jam. He loves Slash. Like he got his guitar exactly tuned the way Slash is. I don't mean just tuned. Like he bought all the same equipment. His friends with Slash's guitar tech. Like he does all this stuff. When he gets his guitar fixed, he overnights it to California, and Slash's guy fixes his guitar for him. Like he's really into it. And when we went to go see him, we had front row tickets to see Slash with Miles Kennedy and that whole band. And we were in the front row. And we knew all the words to the songs. Like, we're fans, And we're not there waiting for Guns N' Roses songs. And then at the end of the night, Slash had picks, and he was giving them out. And he just would not give one to Pete. Like, he just didn't like Pete and didn't want anything to do. And I was like, you know what? I'm done liking people, famous people. He was like, he went out of his way to be a dick, and I was like, you know what? I'm done.
Never meet your
understand.
idols.
No, yeah. Well, I have to tell you, I have a pretty good track record for meeting my idols. I I loved David Wells before I met him, and he's the greatest guy in the world. I met Eddie Vedder, and he poured me wine. John Bon Jovi's been the sweetest guy I've ever met. Richie Sambora has been the sweetest guy. Like, I grew up listening to those guys, met them, they were great.
And maybe it's just Pete.
It's Pete.
Women love him, men hate him.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody I really liked that I met and disliked, and I can't. Like, most of the people that I thought would be dicks, you know? Like, Adam Sandler was great.
Yeah. That time I got to meet Slash, he was super sweet.
Super great. I met Slash a half dozen times.
Yeah.
I interviewed him. He was great. But that was the one way he went out of his way to be a dick. And I was like, you know what? You know how much this kid spent on doing stuff for you and with you? And I was like, I'm done with that. I hate that.
I had a weird moment yesterday after, like, later on after the show. Steve-O texted me and he was like, "Hey man, had a great time. It was, enjoyed thanks for calling me, setting up or whatever." And I was like, Steve-O just texted me.
Yeah, I know.
I don't really get like starstruck a lot, and I'm not for Steve-O really, but like I think I've been such a fan of Jackass for so long that I never thought there'd be a time where Steve-O would be randomly just texting me in the day to thank me for something.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
And he is one of those guys that goes out of his way to be a nice guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think about it. I bet if there was people that I met that I hated, it would stick out in my brain. But I think I have to tell you, I met what's his face from Limp Bizkit, and I like him. Fred Durst. Wells hates him because he swears that Wells swears that he said that he would not sign a guitar for his charity and didn't give an F who it was for. I don't recall that happening. I think somebody said that, and Wells got it in his head, and he believed it. But I could be wrong.
Anybody I've never heard of like a bad
Fred Durst experience.
Like interaction. Like everybody seems to say he's pretty cool.
I've met a couple of nonchalant celebrities. Like, hey, how you doing? Big fan. Like, hey, like, whatever. I bet you're sick of this. Metallica I met, they were all great.
Super nice when I met them.
Metallica was great. Like the bigger the band, the cooler I think that they are. I don't know.
Also, sometimes you got to realize that, like me, if I'm meeting a band, I'm dumb fat guy, and there's like women everywhere that these guys are looking. You know what I mean? Like
they don't want to talk to you.
They're not exactly excited to talk to me all the time after the show when there's like a lot of beautiful ladies and things are going on and things are happening.
I'm at Kiss, and you can see in that picture that I think so. Kiss is in full makeup. They stand there. You walk in, stand there with you. They take the picture, and then they go. I went in there, and Doc McGee, the manager, leans into Gene Simmons, says, "Radio guy." And you could see the picture. They're hugging me, and they're all around me. They're like they love me, and I wanted to be like, I don't play music. Don't tell them that I don't play music.
That picture looks superimposed.
It's not. It's real.
Right?
It really does.
Well, because they're 4 clowns in makeup. You don't know who they are. They could be putting guys out to do meet and greets that aren't even Kiss. I wouldn't know the difference.
It looks like you're in Vegas and there's 4 those cutout stand-ups and you're just like, hey, Kiss.
No, because you can see Gene Simmons is grabbing my titty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he reads across and he just grabbed my. I was like, all right, Gene.
Yeah, but AI can do that now.
It looks like you're doing it from here.
Grabbing my own.
It looks like
I think I was shocked that he did it, and I touched his hand.
Okay.
I don't know, but that was pretty cool. I don't even love Kiss, but Kiss is just so iconic. You have to appreciate me.
Really?
Yeah, Gene, you're wearing a Gene Simmons shirt right now.
Why wouldn't you? Who isn't?
Because you know why? Because that used to scare the living crap out of me when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I was born in 71, so about 75, Kiss is huge. Or maybe 76, 77, but I'm a young kid, and all the teenagers in the neighborhood are painting their face and running around spitting blood. I was like, We went to this kid's house to go play band one time, and then when we were there, I was like, yeah, we'll play band. I never even seen drums before. And then he was like, my mom's going to paint our face like Kiss, and I started crying and went home. Yeah. And then the other thing was, Dr. Love was on the radio, and I was running around singing with a pencil as a microphone, and I jumped on the chair on my knees, and the pencil went in my mouth and cut the roof of the back part of my throat, and I almost ended my radio career before it even started. So Kiss and me do not, we just don't have the jive right there.
If I think of the only negative celebrity interaction is when Tom Brady stared me down.
Oh my God, dude.
And gave me the death look.
Tom Brady, that's a negative fan interaction because you were secretly filming his children.
I mean, it was your
that's
secret.
weird.
Everybody had phones out, and it was a public event.
The 2 times I met Brady, lovely.
Yeah, man. When he looked me in my eye, and I was like, wow.
Charlie Belcher and I met Tom Brady one time, and Charlie Belcher was very professional. He shook hands. He said, hey, Tom, pleasure to meet you. Charlie Belcher, Fox 13. We're the books. Tom Brady was like, yeah, whatever. Just turned his head and couldn't care. But Charlie was being professional about it, like saying, hi, this is who I am. And I just got up there and I was going to be like, I'm Mike Calta from the #1 rated morning. And I went, hey, nice to meet you. That's all I did. Yeah, and
I wish I had that. I felt like my soul left my body.
Yeah, it did. He scared it out of there.
Like he just looked at me out of nowhere. He just locked on me, and it was like this death look of like I was the lowest piece of scum on the face of the planet.
You are.
Which is what Joe says about you every morning. Every morning.
We all agree.
It was surreal.
All right, let's give some stuff away right now to the people with a little bit of sporkle. Here we go. Sweet mother. Oh,
my God.
God, that was loud. Oh, my God.
I am so sorry. I did not know that's what I was doing to you guys.
Yeah, that's
It's not your fault. It just makes our eyes bleed.
Oh.
Oof.
We all awake now?
Awake? I can't hear anything.
Ian's such a badass. He didn't even budge.
I have my headphones way down. I got sensitive little ears.
Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pat Bab is your judge and scorekeeper. Ian Beckel is playing today. Carmen, what are we playing?
Today we're going to be playing Women by #1 Hits. Can you name the artist and given 2 or 3 of her #1 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 chart?
All right. I like ladies.
Yep. Your first one, Thank You Next,
Rihanna.
7 Rings, Positions.
Oh, no. I know who it is now. Can I guess again?
Thank You Next, 7 Rings, Positions.
Missy Elliott.
Taylor Swift.
Beyonce.
No.
Ariana Grande.
Correct, but no points.
No point.
I Want to Be Wanted, I'm Sorry.
Oh,
I Want to Be Wanted, I'm Sorry.
Patsy Cline.
Nope.
Bonnie Raitt.
Nope.
Katy Perry.
Nope.
That's a good bit. So I want to be wanted, and I'm sorry. I can make her do anything.
Brenda Lee
That was the one.
Great.
is who I was looking for. Gio, I'm going to stop you right now. Katy Perry is not going to be an answer.
Oh,
so
wow.
please
What?
pick a different guess.
I said it one time.
Senorita Havana.
Cardi B.
Senorita Havana.
Gloria Stefan.
Cabello.
Yes. Camila Cabello.
Yeah, that
But
one.
I'll give that to you.
I'm white.
Katy Perry.
Everybody's somebody's fool. My heart has a mind of its own. Don't break the heart that loves you.
Holy Christ, Celine Dion. They all sound like gross Celine Dion songs.
No. Everybody's somebody's fool. My heart has a mind of its own. Don't break the heart that
Celine
loves
Dion.
you. No,
I just said
was
that.
the guess.
Turn your headphones up.
They are down a little bit.
Connie Francis.
Yeah, Connie Francis.
Love her.
Before Ian's time.
Right.
Time After Time.
Cyndi Lauper.
Lauper.
Mike Calta. Truth Hurts. About Damn Time.
Dolly Parton.
No, that is
No?
Lizzo.
Yes, Mike Calta.
I know my ladies.
Yeah, you do.
WAP Savage.
Party Beach.
Oh.
WAP Savage.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Yes, Mike Calta.
She was on the
The First Night. Angel of Mine. The Boy Is Mine.
Uh,
I know the
Brandy.
song. Yeah.
The First Night.
Aaliyah.
Angel of Mine. The Boy Is Mine.
Moesha.
You already
Moesha.
Brandy is Moesha. It was a joke.
Is it Moesha?
No.
Ah, you idiot. You fell for it.
Monica.
Monica. Dizzy.
Who is that?
A black singer.
Dizzy's on the board.
Spanish is so racist. I don't listen to black singers.
He could have just said singer.
And Pat. We're halfway there.
Oh.
I don't mind.
Gio has 0 points. Spanish also 0. Ian 0 points. Mike Calta has 4.
Oh.
You make it hit 4.
Thank you, Joe. I think you do a
You're
fine
welcome.
job.
All right, Women by #1 Hits. Your next one, Driver's License. Good for you,
Olivia Rodrigo.
Mike Calta.
See what happens?
The first time ever I saw your face.
Aretha Franklin.
Killing Me Softly with his song.
Roberta Flack.
Flack.
Black, Mike Calta.
Nice try. He tried to come in at the last second with a flak jacket.
I think we're alone now. Could have been.
Tiffany.
Yes, Mike Calta.
I think we're alone now.
Yeah, I know it.
I just wanted to sing it.
Waterfalls. No,
TLC.
Mike Calta.
You added a letter. You said TLCS.
This game is dumb.
I find it quite challenging.
I Am Woman. Delta Dawn. Angie Baby.
Dolly Parton.
No.
Delta Dawn.
Delta Dawn.
I can picture it too.
Woman, hear me
I Am
roar.
Woman.
I am.
Delta
It's gonna
Dawn.
bother me when I hear this one.
Helen Reddy.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
right. It's fine Canadian.
Mike Calta.
Fine Canadian.
Man.
I'm smart.
Closer. Without Me. Women by their number one hits. Closer. Without Me. No.
So,
Wrong song.
Without.
That
Eminem.
is.
Britney Spears.
Halsey.
fine.
Cerebral Halsey. It's a cover band.
Any-
Imagine if it was,
That was
a
good.
bunch of women with cerebral palsy singing Halsey song. Cerebral Halsey, that'd be great.
See that.
That'd be. I'd go to see that too.
Terrible.
Ladies and gentlemen, opening up for Mini Kiss, Cerebral Halsey.
All right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Your next one. Anything for You. Coming Out of the Dark. Don't Want to Lose You. Anything for You. Coming Out of the Dark. Don't Want to Lose You.
Jewel.
Debbie
Out
Gibson.
of the dark is.
Beyonce.
Gloria Estefan.
I had something earlier.
Come on.
9 to 5.
Dolly Parton.
Mike Calta.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And Pat Pap.
Does anybody have any points?
No.
Gio has a total of 0 points.
Oh man, what about Spanish?
Spanish also 0.
And Ian?
Ian 0 points.
Oh, Mike Calta then must have 0 points.
No, Mike
What?
Calta has a 1 and a 0. It's a 10.
Oh!
Yikes.
Ouch.
Hey, take it easy over there.
Cue the comeback.
Spanish sounds more and more like Rodney Dangerfield every day. Hey, keep getting
No respect.
All right. Women by number one
Come on, I'm
hit.
going to shut everybody out. There we go.
Last 3. Here we go. That's What Friends Are For.
Dionne Warwick.
Oh!
Don't call it a comeback. Let's go.
But there's like 3 other people singing that song.
Last 2. Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
Ain't no valley low enough.
Love.
Diana Ross.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I better stop messing around.
Ian
right?
Pickles. And your last one.
Guy never plays. He's got 2 more than all of you.
Say My Name. Bootylicious.
Beyonce.
Bills, Bills, Bills.
That is
Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child. Yeah.
Spanish.
Oh, man.
Ah,
Yeah,
Say
Gio.
my name. Say my name. Is that 2 in a row?
That is 1 in a row, Michael.
Damn it.
Your final score, Gio maintaining that position of 0 all the way through the game. Spanish with 1 point. Ian doubling that with 2. And Michael is your triumphant champion today. He won with 10.
Thank you. Thank
Ian
you.
doubled you.
Came in second. I'm good.
What?
He doubled you.
You didn't even get it.
I thought we were off today, so I was taking today off.
All right.
Understood. I understand.
You know?
I understand.
I'll be back on Monday.
Okay.
Let me pick a winner here. Good morning. Who's this?
Alexandra.
Oh my Lord! Very loud. Very loud. Angel.
Alexandra.
Hi, Angel. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. You're the winner. I'm going to put you on hold. Dizzy will grab you during the break, and we'll hook you up. Okay, pal?
Okay.
Okay. Very excited. Angel.
I think Dizzy's doing this on purpose. He's getting a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want, you could put us on Bone TV and see my eyes bleed every time you do that. Jeez. What do we have coming up in news? Gio.
Oh. Connor
Do you have news?
I do. I just don't
okay.
have the little
Oh,
cool
Jesus.
All right. Well, you
catchphrase.
can surprise
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
Surprise everybody. With
I didn't
news.
think of the cool little catchphrase things.
Spanish. Guess what?
What?
Food is arriving right now.
Oh,
This couldn't have timed out any better.
Perfect.
Now we have time to eat, stuff our faces, come back and be slow and all
Hell yeah.
sleepy for news. Gio has your news. We will do it next. It's a Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. This is one of the most successful breakfast runs we've ever had. Ordered it, came here right as we went to break, ate it, back on the air, ready to go. Fired up. My only regret is I didn't get 7 of them.
Did you get the same thing Spanish than
No,
I
I
get?
can't get that maple syrup thing.
Oh, that's too much.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it yesterday. I
You
had
got
to
it today, too.
No.
Spanish gave him mine.
Oh.
But I gave Spanish the sausage on mine, so I
Okay.
I peeled some layers
All
off.
right, though.
But you got mine.
Einstein
You're
has
welcome.
some super smash maple something bagel,
Yeah.
and it's sausage, cheese, bacon, egg on a French toast sugar coated bagel.
Oh, my gosh.
And then it's dipped in maple syrup.
Yeah, it was real good.
I did not get that.
Yeah. I had a mini heart attack after yesterday.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is fantastic.
Good to see you enjoying it.
Sugar-coated bagel?
Yeah.
Sugar-coated bagel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have a bagel. A lot of times I'll get like the Baker's Dozen bagels where they just throw it all in, and I'll reach in, and once everything's and all the planes are gone and stuff, you just start grabbing for what you can. And they have one that has some sort of sugar coating. You don't realize until you bite into it. You're like, what? Oh my
It's like
gosh.
sugar cinnamon that they
Yeah.
bake so it gets like crusted on
It's
it.
delightful.
Well, I come from the home of the best bagel in the world.
I'm sorry. I come from the home of the best bagel in the
I'm
world.
sorry, Montreal, New York can't hold Montreal's jock in bagels
Oh, my word.
Challenge
Wow.
accepted.
or pizza.
Now you're
Interesting.
just being crazy. Listen, I'm not one of those people. I feel like the bagels down here aren't like the bagels up there, and everybody says it's because of the water. And I think that because it's not the same.
Of course it
it's
isn't.
not. It's not the same. And Three Brothers made bagels, and they made them very much like New York, but they did it the same process, right? They baked them a different way and all
Yeah.
that, and that was good. But pizza, I mean, you could go into any pizza place in New York. You could just walk down the street and walk into a Ray's Pizza or New York's best pizza run by Indian guys and still get a great slice of pizza.
Oh no, New York has great pizza.
Yeah.
But once again, we're talking about the water. Montreal is north of New York.
Yeah.
So you just drink water out of the tap in Montreal. It's the
Yeah.
best thing you ever had in your life.
Same thing in New York. New
Yeah.
York, you drink
Yeah.
from the sink.
So I'm saying, if anybody has wonderful pizza, it's going to be Montreal.
I saw a thing on the internet last night that will make me never drink water from the tap. Not that I do now, but ever again. Do you know they were showing that what happens to your poop after you poop in the toilet? It goes into your own septic tank, then it gets filtered like 7 times, then it goes back through this process of trying to be clean to be
What?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
Just
drinking
sewage-
poop water.
Sewage in general, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because our country uses chemicals to clean
Right.
the water.
Not always, because
Well,
they use some of those microbes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like France has the cleanest water in the world, the cleanest tap water in the world, and they use UV light to kill out most of their bacteria.
Why wouldn't
yeah.
we do that? It doesn't
More
seem like
expensive.
that's really.
Yeah, it's more expensive.
I will tell you, I didn't know this, but in Europe, well, in Italy, they have taps everywhere.
Yeah.
You just drink right out of the fountains.
It's so
you get out of the
delicious.
fountains, and it's delicious.
Yeah, in Germany, that's how it was.
Yeah.
People were going up to there's like a big fountain in the courtyard, and people were filling their water
Yeah.
bottles up in the fountain.
But the people in Europe don't realize you can't do that when you come here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're filling them up in Disney rides.
Oh, no.
Which has got
Splash
fecal
Mountain.
matter in it.
yeah.
You know?
Oh.
yeah,
it's kinda gross.
the governments over in Europe really care about giving their people healthy water, so that makes a difference.
You think? Is that what you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
They
Well.
vote on it over there. Yeah.
We vote on it over here, too.
People don't vote in this country like they do over there.
There's a lot of stuff that the FDA lets over here that over
Yeah.
there they'd be like, no way. Have you seen the science on
Yeah.
this?
I know.
There's no way we could put this in
the FDA.
hot
yeah.
dogs.
Yeah, they're on our side. Yeah.
Not really.
I never understood that until I found out that you were not allowed to get equal in other
Yeah.
countries. Like equal, I'll never. You know who I associate with that? Chris D'Elia. Chris D'Elia and I were both in Starbucks in Montreal together, and he was getting his drink, and I was trying to explain to them, no, the blue one. They're like, we don't have blue ones. And they're like, no blue ones. The
Yeah.
equal did not exist.
Yeah.
They literally have like side by sides where they'll show like Pop Tarts in another country, like
Yeah.
over in Europe, and then compared to our
yeah.
like the Pop Tarts over here, like the ingredient list, ours has like 40 ingredients. Theirs is half of the
So
our
why
list
can't we just have the same one that they have?
Well,
We don't care.
because
There's
our-
money involved
Yeah.
over here.
It's cheaper to make it with all the chemicals
Yeah.
here.
Oh.
Yeah.
McDonald's fries have 15 ingredients here. In Asia, they have 3.
Potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oil,
Oil and salt.
Yeah.
In the United States, there's 3 ingredients in the salt. There's sodium,
Jesus.
aluminum,
Yeah.
and
Sugar.
sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the salt.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
A lot
That's to
of
make it a crack effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also cheaper, and which
Yeah.
makes it a lot,
And it's
lot
more
easier.
shelf
And more
life.
addictive.
And
More
pres-
addictive.
yeah, you can store longer preservatives.
Yep.
We are real suckers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We really are suckers.
I read this interesting study that the NIH did about lead-based paint. Remember how there was like this big push to get lead out of paint?
Yeah.
They said it was because when kids eat the paint or whatever, it was making them sick.
Yeah.
Don't feed your kid paint.
So they said that there's this conspiracy theory. It's one of my favorites right now. That the real reason why they took lead out of the paint is because when you paint your
Giving
house,
you superpowers.
well, when you paint your house with lead-based paint, it doesn't allow microwaves or 5G waves or any of those waves to enter your home.
Oh, yeah, because lead. Yeah.
So that was a really interesting one because now they have that the Department of Homeland Security did that press conference about brainwave technology and how to control people's brains with
Yeah.
different type of microwaves.
Oh,
and now you read about the
man.
lead-based paint. Yeah, it was interesting. It was definitely an interesting read.
You ever do something and feel like, why did I do that?
Yes, 100%.
Oh, I don't. I just
Yeah,
figured you would be
I have,
susceptible to that.
for sure.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Oh, I
dude.
do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, especially
all the time.
like-
What was that? What was
Yeah.
going on? I don't know why I did that.
I sent this to Spanish. I thought this was really interesting. Have you ever walked into a room, like got up, walk into a room for something and totally forget
All
why
the
you're in there?
time, yeah.
Someone said the theory is, what if you ran into an alien and they had to wipe your brain from seeing them, and then that way you don't remember them.
Damn you, Will Smith. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a funny theory. It was an alien in my kitchen.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember when I was getting to the refrigerator.
Either that or you smoked a lot of weed.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
or two.
What is more likely?
Yeah.
And why am I not wearing pants now?
I think aliens, honestly.
My butt hurts.
That's so funny. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to check in with Gio. He has today's news. That was at a
And
good
now,
volume, Dizzy. Good volume.
News with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
I want to remind everybody that our friend Titus O'Neill is having his Superstar Dad celebration this Sunday at the amphitheater, starting at 10 a.m., going till 2 p.m. And there's going to be celebrities there. There's going to be performances there. And it's going to be a great day to celebrate dads. And they're even giving somebody a scholarship. I love to bust Titus's balls, and we have that little back and forth thing that we do. But the guy is truly an angel on earth, lives to help out other people. And that is this Sunday. Go support him and enjoy a nice day with the fathers out at the amphitheater. Gio, what do we have in news today?
President Joe Biden on Thursday offered his first public remarks about his son Hunter's conviction on federal gun charges earlier this week, telling reporters in Italy he is proud of him and accepts the jury's verdict. He said, quote, "I'm extremely proud of my son Hunter. He has overcome an addiction. He's one of the brightest, most decent men I know." And he said that he's not going to commute the sentence or pardon him in this
that
instance.
would be ridiculous. I wonder if maybe Hunter Biden, who did beat addiction, is a stand-up guy now and is intelligent and all that. Because I'm pretty honest, when you talk to me about my son and I go, "Oh, that guy's an idiot," like I joke around, but I'll tell you the truth. I'll be like, "My son's good at this, but he'd be too dumb to do that,"
But did he beat addiction? They
I-
just found cocaine in the White House last year.
Yeah,
And
but there's a
not like
lot
he
of people in
was.
the White House.
Yeah.
there's a lot of people in
I
the
don't
White
even
House.
know that he was in the White House.
But I mean, there's a drug addict or an ex-drug addict in the White House. They find cocaine in the White House.
Yeah. I think
you
if
can't
you
say that he's clean.
If you find cocaine in the area where the president is, you never see that. It goes away and nobody ever says anything.
Well, that's what they did.
I think that they found it in an area that a lot of people are in.
But also, have they ever found cocaine in the White House before?
You don't know
They haven't reported it.
because they never had a president who had a kid who was a drug addict.
What kind of security do you have to go through to get to the White House? Because I
It's-
haven't been since
You
I
have
was
to
a
go
kid.
through, so you have to be approved beforehand.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then once you go, you show up at the security with the Secret Service. And then you go, they check your ID and all that stuff. And then they run you through scanners and all that.
Like a
and they
metal
bring you-
detector, or like airport where they take a photo of your body and they can
It's
see.
like that.
So they would know if any civvies are going in there with blow in their pockets.
Yes.
So
But
that makes
not
So-
necessarily because, I went in there with, you don't know, you can't see, you're looking for objects.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Weapons.
A little baggie of stuff isn't gonna. It's not illegal. I mean, it's not like. I'm sorry, it's not a threat.
Well, I mean, I know it's not a threat, but the point I'm trying to make is I doubt they're letting any civilians go through. If you're getting cocaine into the White House, you either know security before, you're getting in a different way, and then they have to say,
but also you have
their bag somewhere.
You also have to realize that that's how civilians go in. There's plenty of other people that go there, including reporters.
If you're
and
there,
they don't have to go through the same process.
There's tons of people coming and going, hundreds of people coming in and out of there a day, from reporters, the staff members, the delivery truck guy. I mean, there's tons of stuff
going
on.
But again, like Mike said, we've never had a president that had a drug addict son. Now, and we've never found cocaine in the White House. Now we have a president with an ex-drug addict son, and then they find cocaine in the White House. I'm not saying
like, it's possible.
Like, right. I'm not saying it has to be his.
Yeah.
But
suspicious.
It's pretty. We have a pretty good guess.
Yeah.
Suspicious.
I don't know. For some reason, I saw the video of Joe Biden hugging Hunter Biden after the I felt bad for the whole situation.
Yeah,
because
it sucks.
Because it's like you see he's still a father. That's his kid, and by all accounts, his kid screwed up his life and is a complete
One
scumbag.
kid's dead.
Yeah.
And the other, the other kid is addicted to drugs. You're trying your best to make the world a better place, and you have to deal with your son. I get it. I mean, there have been days where I've come. I remember early times when I was first dating Amanda, and we'd have fights like boyfriends and girlfriends do, and then I'd have to come on the air and be, hey, happy guy the next day. Imagine having the weight of the world of being the president on your shoulder and having to deal with something personal that you have to just blow off and act like it's not that big of a deal when you know it is, and you know it's hurting your campaign, and you know the other guy's talking crap about your kid, and it's got to be painful to go through as a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we sure he's not aware anymore? Is he not aware?
Right.
I don't listen. I'm going to tell you this. We interviewed Joe Biden one time, and he was aware. He was snappy. He was fun to talk to, and it was a great interview. That was also 16 years ago, 12 years ago.
It goes fast.
I don't know how he is now, but what I can tell you is when we had him on, he was great. But now, when I watched him at that Juneteenth celebration, and he looked like his body was seizing up.
That's the worst to me. I like all the tripping and falling. I'm like, whatever, old men trip and fall.
I trip and fall.
That never really bothered me. I thought people kind of exaggerated that anyways. I'm like, whatever, people are always falling.
Right.
But when he was frozen still and everyone else is dancing around, and he's just like,
and he had that dumb smile.
That was one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen.
It really was, no exaggeration. It really was. I just pooped my pants look.
Yep. Yeah, it was. He was just
like poopy,
frozen in time. It was so weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is? Oh no,
like
what is going on?
Know, like you don't have to clap, or you could just smile and bob your head. And he was just like, huh?
Like he literally looked like he had no idea what was going on or where he was, and and then Joe Biden comes, takes him away and stuff. I'm like, oh man,
she knows, she sees the signs. Carmen, you asked me if I ever walked in a room and forgot what I went in the room for.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen very often. But you know what's really scary is when we used to go to St. Pete to do the show. I would be on the Howard Franklin Bridge and go,
I'm driving.
Like, I don't even remember how I got there. Like I was such a routine for me that I didn't know, but it was probably the alien was in my car.
Yeah.
See? You saw an alien.
Yep.
Well, speaking of the election, Representative Annie Ogles of Tennessee suggested that Hunter Biden's conviction in federal gun charges case could cause an opening for Michelle Obama to make a bid for the White House. So now the Michelle Obama rumor is starting to get some legs again as we're going into, I think the Democratic National the conventions are coming up at the end of the summer.
July 11th is the Republican one. I don't know when the Democratic one is. Probably the week before or the week after.
That's where you're going to announce your nominee. That's when you're going to the pomp and circumstance of who's going to be the VP candidate. So
Trump has said he's going to announce at the convention. That's not happened in my lifetime. Like, you know who it's going to be right before, and then they accept the nomination at the convention. I have never been surprised. Like, who's it going to be? This is like a Scooby-Doo episode. He brings somebody out there and then pulls a mask off. Bobert.
And you've been saying there's no way Michelle Obama's going to run. There's
no way.
But think about this. The timing lines up. Hunter Biden just was found guilty. Biden is pooping his pants, freezing.
Carmen, I'm not saying that they wouldn't pick somebody else to run, But there is no Michelle Obama has no qualifications to be president
She has
whatsoever,
likability.
and does not want to be president.
She has likability.
That's what she says. Yeah.
that's what she says. But of course, she can't say that she wants to. Well, there's another sitting
she could
Democrat
say, "Hey,
president in
when
there."
my kids are older and done with college, maybe I'll consider a run."
Why?
But she
Her
does,
husband didn't.
But you're right, because he's a man. Duh.
Wow.
When people say they don't want to be president, that lasts until a team of people say, "Here are the numbers. You could be probably president if we run this the right way."
I don't know.
And then you say, "Okay."
It would blow my mind. It would blow my mind that Michelle Obama became president or thought she could run for president simply based on the fact that people like her.
But what if she's not running because she wants to? What if the powers that be are making her run?
Right. They know Joe Biden can't win. They have to put someone else up against Trump.
They just need the face of the operation.
So here you go. You have likability. You have a woman. And she's black.
And you got
that is a huge voting population.
But you also have the other half of the world thinks she has a penis, call her Mike Obama, and hate her and hate Democrats and hate. So it's not.
But they hate Democrats no matter what. They hate women no matter what.
Listen, you got a black vice president.
Yeah.
The best smart move would have been
awful.
But the smart move would have been to turn it over to her for the past year and say, Joe's like, I'm too old, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm turning it over to Kamala and run it that way.
No, her polls are so down.
I know, she's terrible.
Everyone hates her. People actually like Michelle Obama. That's the difference. It's literally a popularity contest.
You like Michelle Obama because she's not in charge of anything.
Don't say I like her.
No, I'm saying people like Michelle Obama as a sidekick, as a compliment to the president. They don't like her as somebody that's going to run the country.
You've got so many people that their vote is just a not Trump vote that it almost doesn't matter who is on the other side.
Then why isn't everybody that thinks Joe Biden's so old and Donald Trump so bad voting for Kennedy?
Because he's picking Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, there's
he ruined it too.
Yeah, a lot of people know the third party thing. It's there's no chance.
It's a waste of a vote.
It really is. It sucks.
Listen,
we're in a crazy time right now.
Yeah. Stop and think about this.
Yeah.
Your choices for president are poopy pants and convicted felon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what your choice is, and the convicted felon is the better choice.
Yeah. Meanwhile, that's just in this country. The world is literally on the brink of all-out war. You got Russian nuclear submarines off the coast of Florida. You got Chinese are surrounding Taiwan. You got Ukraine and Russia going on.
All those Chinese immigrants.
Pants. Yeah, we got Israel and Hamas.
Yeah, we're about to go down.
Poopy pants and convicted felons. So things are looking up.
Mexico just was voted in their first female, but also what was it, 23 or 32?
38 people.
Yeah.
Died out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, she's a cartel chick. That's why she's in there.
She's the granddaughter of the
What about the fact that we could be on the verge of an all-out real world war?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Who would you rather have, poopy pants or felon?
Felon
all day.
Yeah, poopy pants is like, what are you talking about?
But usually, historically, this country sticks with the incumbent when there's war,
That's why
because they don't like the changeover.
That's why I feel like there's not going to really be an election.
But again, they're hitting it hard on social media that Trump was the first president in however many years to not start or go into a war during his 4 years.
Let me ask
where
you
Biden gets in there and starts 5 wars.
Yep.
Yeah. Ian, as a Canadian, you're allowed to answer that.
Okay.
What was my question?
I don't know.
Alien.
Bing.
Trump on January 6th says the election was stolen from me, and I believe that this is the government stopping me from becoming president again, and comes out and says that and says look for votes and all this other stuff. And everybody was like, what a crazy lunatic. He gave up the peaceful pass of power and all this stuff and crazy. If it turns out now that he is leading in the polls and all this stuff, and then come November, there is no election, who are you believing now?
That's what I'm saying.
Who are you believing now? That the government once again made it possible for the guy they want to be in there to be in there?
Yeah.
I mean, who are you believing at that point?
I mean,
I don't know who to believe anymore.
Donald Trump's not a really big liar. I don't think he's even able to lie. Because at before the first election that he won,
right,
he said, "Listen, if I lose, it's because it was rigged."
Right.
He said that.
Well, that's easy to put out there.
I understand, but that's his thing. So I don't think he's wrong. I think the system chooses president.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters who the president is. We're going to go to war anyways.
Yeah.
I just don't think it matters. But he's telling us that the system is going to pick the president. So if I lose, the system didn't pick me. I think he's right.
Yeah. I mean, he may be. I don't know. But all these people who are like, this is crazy. There was no evidence. And all these people that went to jail on January 6th and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, come election time, they rig it where there's no election. The reason why, I mean, that to me, that should make everybody in the world go, okay, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. The wild thing is that with all when the conviction came out and all this stuff happened, and with Biden and looking all crazy, right now, if you go to all the polls, they're all within like a point or two of each other. Like
five,
nothing has changed. It's still divided right down the middle. Nothing moved the needle.
You know what it is? It's Trump and everybody who hates Trump.
Yeah.
That's
basically,
it. It's not Democrat and Republican now. It's Trump and people who are afraid or hate Trump.
Yeah.
And I love all these people like, what's her face from MSNBC, Rachel Maddow.
Oh, yeah.
Rachel Maddow was like, I'm afraid if Trump's president, he's going to put me in jail. Oh, shut up. Come on.
The Democrats thought that the conviction stuff would sway all the people. It did nothing.
Yeah.
Literally, it didn't move the needle one bit.
No, because we're talking, we already know.
Yeah.
We already know everything.
Like, this will do it, and
also,
nothing.
to me, this is the same, like that crime was the equivalent of, I don't care what happens with Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
If I was voting for Joe Biden, I would not vote for him because his dumb crackhead kid who had a gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And wasn't it Obama who did like something similar with his campaign funds and he got like a slap on the wrist?
He got fined.
Yeah.
He got fined.
He got fined, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they've said it a million times. Most legal experts are like, this shouldn't even be
Right.
where it is now. Yeah.
It's a circus act, and it's not, I don't think it's fooling anybody.
But people need to realize when they say that they're weaponizing the court systems, they are. I mean, look at it. It's really happening right in front of us.
Like Spanish is all the stuff that's going around the world, and this is what people are focusing on here. They're focusing on Trump's conviction and Hunter Biden and all this dumb stuff that really, in the grand scheme of things in the world, means absolutely 0.0.
Right.
It means nothing.
I think more people need to be concentrating on how their life has been compared to how it was before, and how the country has been and how it was before, and then make your decision based on that.
People don't care.
Well, if you just think about it based economically, we're in the highest rates of inflation that we've ever seen. And people are having a hard time buying groceries. Meanwhile, hang on to all your gold and silver, because BRICS, that group of countries, is right now they just got in the G7 summit that just happened, they just got Saudi Arabia to agree to stop trading oil in the US dollar. When that goes through, or if that officially goes through, that's going to be devastating for the U.S. dollar. And who knows? They want to move to a digital currency that's all based on BRICS. So then all this election stuff is not really going to matter, because then people are not going to be able to do anything.
I just want to tell you, I bought a lot of gold on your recommendation a long time ago, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
I just look and go, please don't blow us up. There's submarines that are like, there's like I said this morning, there's warships and war submarines are going, U.S. ones are going to Guantanamo Bay because
the
Russian
there.
subs are right off the coast. Like, I'm like, oh man, please just, I don't care. I don't care who's president. Please don't blow us up. That's because that's going to be really bad.
We'll be particularly screwed. If it's in the Bay, it's right out there in Cuba. I mean,
man, just please don't blow us up. I don't care who fight it out in the White House.
We're not in the radius. If it went off somewhere in Miami, we're okay. But I mean, they have the range to shoot it here.
But we think we know, but do we really know?
I don't know.
Like, they don't, military intelligence and stuff, like, they're not going to let all the secrets out. Like, oh, this could totally hit us.
Science will tell you depending on where it hits, the radius of the explosion. I remember we figured it out one time. There was a website where if you put in where you were,
how far we?
Well, it was there were nuclear facilities, and like we have a nuclear facility, I think, up in what is that way past Hudson and all that, Spring Hill, all the way up there. Crystal River area. If that were ever to melt down, how far it would go. We were trying to figure out how safe we would be. We're not. I mean, it'll carry over.
And I'd rather be in the blast radius than in the nuclear fallout zone.
Yeah, me too. Just take me out. Just take me out.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I want to survive. I want to have like half my face
melted off.
I have a spike for an arm, or just have Shark Coast put a machine gun on my arm.
That's what I'm talking about. Right
I want to be like Tony at the end of Sopranos. Just boom.
Just gone.
Just in blackness. Didn't even see eating an onion ring. Didn't even see it coming. Just blackness. It's over.
Listen, don't worry. Death's not real, man. I'm telling you.
That's the way I want it to go. I don't want to know. I don't want to be surviving.
What'd you
fighting.
say? That's what?
Death is not real.
I think my mother would disagree with you.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. If once you listen to all this stuff about consciousness and all the studies that they do about Steve-O was just talking about it yesterday. They have all these studies about what happens to your consciousness. Kids can remember past lives. People have near-death experiences.
They were doing hypnosis on people where they were doing it, and then they were like taking them into death. I saw that you saw it.
Carmen, you Porky Pig better than anybody I've ever seen.
What?
Porky Pig would be like, this is like it's crazy. Just change the word. You're like, it's they were doing it. They were doing it. You just switch words right out of the gate.
Just bail.
I didn't. I got to
But you go through it so fast. You're like, you're better than Porky Pig was.
Thank you very much.
Death of the physical is real, but your consciousness, that is never dies.
Where does it go?
I don't know. Nobody knows. I mean, people have an idea. Doctors have an idea.
What do they say?
The Monroe Institute has been studying for years. They say that you leave this plane and then you go back and you get to choose after that based on how you lived your life, what you want to do next.
So you're saying that when I die, my consciousness goes to this what? Like
a different plane, a different, we live in a 3D reality on a physical realm.
So I get to go and talk to somebody? Like my consciousness talks to their consciousness?
Yeah.
And they say, Michael, you were very good. You had the Calta Family Foundation, which helped a lot of kids, and you were nice to an old lady one time. We will let you be a deer.
Well, you get to choose what you want, and it's not like that. You have what they call your life review, which is what Steve-O was talking about, where you live out your life based on everybody else's view of you, how you treated everybody else.
You could meet your mom in the next realm, and then you'll see your life through her eyes.
And she'll be like, "Oh, since I've been dead, I realize you masturbate a lot."
Not so much on focusing on that, but like how you treated people. So your interactions with others is what you will live through, but not through your eyes, through their eyes. So like if you hurt somebody, you now have to live that pain through them and how that affected their lives.
Joe, I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize.
What'd you do to me?
The years of pain.
Yeah.
Okay.
And unfortunately, they're backing a lot of this up with the quantum science that they've been doing, which I know nobody wants to hear me talk about, but
it's not that I think people get annoyed because they don't really understand.
I get that.
And it is all just sounds like crazy.
Yeah, it's because
spewing speech.
It's what we've been trained to think, but the science is all changing.
Yeah, I listen. I have no idea what happens.
Like they've literally figured out how to cure diseases with sound waves. At that point, that's how advanced.
But that's scientific.
Yeah, but this is also
that's backed by science.
What I'm talking about is also backed by science.
Right. I'm not doubting it. I just don't understand it, and I don't know. And nobody. It seems to me like there's been no evidence of anything. That doesn't mean it's not real. There's no evidence for me to rely on. I'm somebody who's based on facts and evidence. There's no evidence that I can see to show me that, to dumb it down for me and say this is what happens.
Well, they're okay. So what about these? There have been over 1,000 mediums that have passed a quadruple blind study.
Sure.
So do you not believe them? They're able to talk to people from the.
I believe that. I think that John Edward guy is very talented. He's either a very talented fake or he's very talented at what he does and is very honest just by saying that everybody could do what he does.
Yeah.
They just don't know how to do it, and he can teach you how to do it.
Yeah.
And I think it's very possible. I've been there with him and watched him do it, and he knows too many things that you can't find out about somebody. He knows too many specific things. It'd been very easy for me to look at Carmen and say, I see something with your mother. And where's your mother? She see like she's far away. Oh, yeah, she's down in wherever. Yeah, but I feel like you miss her. Of course, who doesn't miss their mother who's far away? But it'd be one thing to go, I see your father. There's something with your father. I see girls in a cage. And,
No,
right.
not
But
my
I mean,
dad.
if that was true, it'd be like, how the hell does he know about this? You know what I mean? He hit stuff that you're like, how else would he know about it?
Yeah. Well, there's that, and then like I always point to the CIA has been doing studies on this with big institutions that nobody knew about for years, and then they finally just released all this information, and now they literally talk about how anybody has psychic abilities. It's just how much you train them. It's all based on your belief systems, what you believe you can and can't do. They have patents where they've been training troops that are the highest level of troops to be able to walk through walls.
Yeah,
to be able to do under.
I want to see that.
That's what I'm saying.
But I feel like that's the problem with all the video equipment we all have on us today, if somebody could walk through a wall, we'd be having that on video.
I don't think so.
Why?
I strongly disagree.
Because it's like the alien debate. Like the government has known that we've known about aliens for how long, and they just told us now that they've known about it.
But the thing is that we have plenty of pictures of it. Show me somebody walking through a wall.
But that's what I'm saying. They have pictures of it. They're not going to tell us, just like they didn't tell us about aliens because they don't think the public can handle it.
If you think that the internet and what you see on the internet isn't monitored stringently,
they already said Google.
Yeah, you're out of your mind. So
do you know why you can't? There's no video of anybody walking through walls. You'd put locksmiths out of business. The locksmith union will not let
the entire industry
will not let that happen. Yeah,
that's true.
I saw a clip of preview clip of Trump and the Logan Paul thing, and they ask him about aliens, and Trump says it could be very true.
Yeah.
He knows.
He did answer that so weird. He goes,
it's very possible.
Yeah.
Harvard just released that study proving aliens probably live among us. That's Harvard.
Okay, so I saw that, but that to me wasn't a. That to me was more of a statistical thing. Right, but saying the likelihood that there are other beings and they are already here among us is fine. Hey, listen, if you're an alien, please call us 727-579-1025. We won't tell you. We won't tell everybody where you are or anything. Just call up and be like, "You got me. I'm from Xenu, and I'd like to talk to you."
A medicine man, definitely an alien.
Yeah, for sure.
That would make so much sense.
Do you know how many apologies people are going to owe the Scientologist?
Oh yeah, numerous.
The Scientologists are the ones that have been saying this whole time it has to do with space and aliens and all these people, and everybody's like, "Oh, you crazy Scientologist!" Now they're going to be like, "Oh yeah,
it was real.
It was real."
They knew.
All right, what else?
We've rumored about it for several weeks. People going back and forth. Dana White announced on Thursday night that Conor McGregor's return to the octagon will not happen at UFC 303, and he is out with injury.
Did you see Dana White doing it? He goes, "Hey, it's me again. Hey, Conor McGregor is injured. He's not going to fight. But wait. Back it up a second, D."
No.
He
blew over it.
He looked really pissed about it, just devastated. You know what I mean? I wonder if they were trying to see if Conor could fight through whatever injury that he has.
Like he already had, or
Well, when he canceled that press conference, he knew he wasn't going. And Michael Chandler said that he was out partying and didn't look like a guy who was ready to fight in 2 months. So
maybe he knew by then that it wasn't going to happen.
He probably knew a long time ago. Yeah. And maybe he said, "Hey, hopefully by the press conference I'll be ready to go," and he wasn't.
But if there's a way to prove that, then shouldn't the UFC get in trouble for selling those tickets and not giving you your money back?
No, because they didn't cancel it till yesterday.
Right. But if Conor McGregor knew he wasn't going to be able to perform or fight in that fight months ago, then they should have stopped selling tickets.
It's like we said earlier, card subject to change. That's just how it goes.
That's how they always get you. Yeah. The main event will now be Alex Pereira facing off against Jiri Prochazka. I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
Me either, but I saw the video on him, and he seems...
he's a badass.
He was the fastest advancing fighter or something like 762 days. He came in and got a belt.
Yeah, he won the middleweight and the light heavyweight title, so he's definitely, like I said...
It'll be a fun UFC match, but it's not Conor McGregor.
No, great card. UFC fans, fight fans are going to love it, but...
really not even a great card. That was the whole point.
Yeah.
It was a mediocre card with a huge headline, so you're like, all right, well, it's going to sell out anyway. Now you've got a mediocre card with a mediocre main event.
The thing with Conor McGregor is he brings in just the casual, passive
and think about all these people that were coming from Ireland.
Yeah.
And all these people that are traveling from Europe to go to this fight.
And it's surprising they waited this long to finally call it off. When that press conference was, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago?
So happy I didn't buy my tickets.
Yeah, you were locked in. They were saying the tickets were going 4 times the normal amount, like $6,000-$7,000 to get in the door. You know what I mean?
Shouldn't be shocked though, because it's about making money. I remember being at a Cat Williams concert, and it was a beat. The beat was one putting it on,
right?
And I'm up in the suite with the people at the beat, and I hear him talking. I go, "What's going on?" They go, "Cat's not showing up."
Ooh.
And I go, "What?" So this is 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, whatever time it was. They didn't tell anybody for a good hour and a half.
Yeah.
So they got a whole stadium full of brothers and sisters drinking Hennessy. So they're not going to tell you because they're making money. It's the same thing. They're going to make money off these tickets.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, did they? How did they announce that?
They just said he ain't coming.
Oh, on stage?
Yep. They came up there and said, "Oh, sorry, Cat ain't coming. You're gonna get your money back," and that was it.
Wow. They asked me to make the announcement when the Who couldn't play, and I was like, okay. And then I remember my boss at the time was like, "Don't you do it." What do you mean? He goes, no, they're all going to put it on you. I go, me?
You,
I didn't know. He was right, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I didn't do it.
Rob Schneider is in the news. He says
you can do it.
He says that Will Smith is an asshole. And he's always been this.
I watched that interview that he did. Did you see the interview or no?
I did.
Yeah.
He said that he's been exposed by the event with Chris Rock. He's never been a nice guy, and this is how he's treated people all through his entire time through Hollywood.
I will have to say, Galvin has been saying that.
This is the exact same thing.
Since the beginning of time. Galvin's not even here, but I have to point it out. Galvin has been saying that.
1997, I went to the MTV Movie Awards, and I went to the VIP party afterwards, and there is Will Smith, and he had his back to me. And I was like, I'm going to take a picture of Will Smith. And I went up to him and I said, excuse me. He turned around and he had a full plate of food. And I said, I'm sorry, I didn't know that you were eating. And he goes, no, it's cool. I go, can we take a picture? And he goes, yeah. I go, I can come back when you're done. He goes, no, man, it's cool. He put it down, took the picture with me. He was a super nice guy. That's all. I mean, couldn't have been any nicer. But you don't want to disturb somebody when they're eating. I didn't know, you know?
Right. But see, I always think like there is a difference between being nice to your fans and being nice to your coworkers, because he's such a big star that he can be an asshole to the other actors and actresses, and they can't say anything because he's such a big star that they want to be in that movie. They want to make that money. Sure. They can't talk crap about him. But his fans, he wants to be nice to them because. Are
you surprised that I'm nice to our listeners and nice to you equally?
Wait, what?
That was her surprise look.
I was very confused by that statement.
This alien.
No alien.
Taylor Swift.
I'm going to go out on the record and say again, I like Will Smith. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think Chris Rock deserved it. But talk about my wife, I'm going to smack you.
Yeah.
Yep. Not saying Chris Rock deserved it. Chris Rock's a comedian at an award show making a joke, and his joke wasn't even on the verge of bad. It was just a silly observation. He didn't deserve it. But you talk about my wife, and I'm going to walk up and smack you in the face and say, I'm telling you right now, Carmen, we go out to we go out to a work function, a Christmas party or something, and somebody gets on stage and says, hey, Mrs. Calta, it's good to see you. You're almost as fat as your husband right now. I smack that guy in the face. I don't care who that guy is.
And there might have been a history. I heard that at one point, Chris Rock asked her out on a date.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so if you ask my wife out on a date, and then you're talking about her in front of me, that's going to be a problem.
But that's not fair. That's not fair.
To who?
His wife was banging his son's friend.
Doesn't matter. What they have now is different.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, like, if I find out someone's wife is banging his son's friend, I'm going to take a crack at it if that's what's up.
Well, nothing is fair, but I still can't let you talk about my wife in front of me, in front of the whole world. I have to let the whole world know this is not okay.
But again, he didn't say anything.
No, I agree with that.
Along those lines. Like, he didn't say anything to piss him off. It was, everyone was laughing. You watch the video. Everyone was laughing. He looks over at Jada. She was laughing, and then she gets a stank face.
Oh,
and
then, Jada. It was Jada.
Right. Yeah. But you know what I mean? But like, there was no reason for that.
Will Smith laughs at the joke initially, and then looks over and he's like, oh, man.
She's all...
Will Smith is the best part about Will Smith to me that I love was that he went up there and smacked Chris Rock and then went back to his seat and said, keep your wife's name out of your mouth.
Keep my wife's name.
I got to tell you, there's a part of me that's still, and I've been saying this since it happened, there's a part of me, although I think it was ridiculous that he did it, there's a part of me that still says he was sticking up for his wife.
I think that is a culmination of him feeling like a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's years of like, I'm okay. Guys, okay, I'm not this guy.
Yeah.
Let's just squash this now. I ain't gonna let nobody else talk about me and my girl again.
Also, Rob Schneider is Chris Rock's bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's also very good friends with Chris Rock.
You're right. This would be Spanish defending me on some other radio show.
That is true.
But
that is true.
Also, the other
Sorry, I didn't mean you were my bitch. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, you're in my orbit. Is what I'm saying.
You're the Rob Schneider of the show.
Everybody heard what you said.
You can do it.
But the other problem is Will Smith went on Jada's podcast and they openly talked about her affair with their kids.
That has nothing to do with it.
But I'm just saying, he's talking about it. So if other people are talking about it, if you don't want people to talk about it, then you can't openly and publicly talk about it.
Let me ask you this. The story is that she had to shave her head because she had some sort of alopecia problem or something.
Right.
Okay, now my wife is going to the Academy Awards. she feels completely insecure about her head. Listen, I'm just saying this is a scenario. And then the first thing the host does in front of the entire audience and the world is make fun of my wife's head, the thing she feels most conscious about. That makes me go, shut your mouth. Mm-hmm. Now, it doesn't make me get up and smack you in front of everything. It makes me give you a nod, like, lay off it.
Right. But again, if she was so self-conscious about it, she wouldn't be on every other podcast, morning radio talking about it.
But
She's
you go to the
talk-
Academy Awards, you're going there to, it's what you're wearing, it's how you look. Those are the big things. I mean,
Right.
People
That's how
Magazine
she
and Us
looks.
Magazine's up. Right. But she's going to try and do it because that's the way she looks, but she feels self-conscious about it. If you gained weight and we didn't see it, but you felt like I feel fat. I don't want to, and then you wear this dress that you think makes you look fat, and we're all telling you, no, you look good. You still feel self-conscious about it. Now you go to an award show and somebody goes, man, Carmen picked up some pounds. You're like, God damn it, right away. You feel terrible. And me, as your husband, I'm going to say, don't talk about my wife.
No.
Don't. You got a bad boyfriend.
I do wish I could walk like Will Smith because after the smack,
you walk back like George Jefferson.
Strut when he walks back down the stage it's such a badass.
George Jefferson walk back to the thing. Yeah.
He should have really done a Tom Brady. The way Tom Brady walked up there and just whispered in his ear,
Yeah.
keep my wife name out your mouth, and then you walk back. You don't put your hands on somebody.
See, Tom Brady wasn't cool to me when he did it.
I don't think he was either.
He panicked. He leaned in and he goes, don't say that anymore. Like he panicked about it, Whereas Will Smith walked upstage. I mean, think about this. And they took it off the TV. Remember, we didn't get to see it.
Yeah.
It was weird.
But I was like, did he hit him? Did he just hit him? And Tony, my agent, found it on Twitter and sent it to me right away. And I went, oh, my God. That was insane.
Well,
that was one of the most insane things.
The new Bad Boys movie is coming out this summer, so we'll see how that does.
It's out now, isn't it?
Is it out now?
Yeah.
Bad
Boys 4, old cops. Because I saw a video of them going to the shows and waiting out in the lobby for when people come out. Yeah.
And they joke about it. Guy he like Will Smith gets smacked
in the movie.
Yeah, like four times.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I love those movies.
I've never seen any of them.
Really?
Yeah, I watched
funny,
a little
man.
bit of the first one years ago. I've never seen any.
I think it's the only good thing Martin Lawrence is in.
I don't know.
He's not in it. It's his clone.
Oh boy,
that's not even him.
That's not him.
No way.
This show's off the rails. This show is off the rails.
He looks like Biden.
Yeah,
he's walking around like a robot. It's just ridiculous.
He does have a weird pudgy face now.
Really?
Do you remember
weird.
he was all drugged out and on the streets one time?
Yeah.
Do you know that story? They one time during Martin, when that was happening, they found him in like his underwear in the streets running around all crazy.
That's when they were trying to make another black man crazy. That's all. That's all the man does.
That's when they killed him and they replaced him with the robot.
That's what happened.
All we do is the Men in Black push now.
I take it back. Life with Eddie Murphy is the best Martin Lawrence movie.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So good. Taylor Swift recently took the stage at Murrayville Stadium in Scotland for her appearance. It was 40 degrees outside, 3 sold-out shows at this arena, and she had a little bit of runny nose. And everybody caught it on video, and it might be the grossest thing you've ever seen in your entire life.
You sent it to me, and I wouldn't watch it. What does she have snot on?
We've got the video right here. Joe's got it on Bone TV. Casually, she goes, "Oh yeah, let me." I go, "Hey, what do I do with this snot down my nose? I just wipe it on my skirt."
She rolled it first. She rolled it.
The show must go on.
Yeah, what is she gonna do?
It's dripping. Look, it's dripping down her wrist.
Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I mean, it's the snot is down her wrist, hanging from her hand, and she casually here and again. There's another wipe, and I just wipe it right here down my shirt.
So my thing is like after 2 times, don't you like get a
I mean, what do? You have a
handkerchief?
We have to stop the show.
Go do some more cocaine.
How dare you?
Well, you put like a handkerchief on your mic or something. You know what I mean? Like you do.
The show must go on.
Right.
You've got hundreds of thousands of people watching. They paid tons of money for Taylor Swift tickets.
We've all snotted on our hands before.
Yes.
Carmen's had more gooey things on her hands than she chooses to think about.
I will admit to it all.
I mean, literally, you got to look at it, Mike. It's running down her arm.
I don't need to see it. I understand what it looks like
a true professional. She just wipes it on her skirt and keeps going.
Is my boyfriend.
And then later on, she wipes it across her chest.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
It's just so hot. It's so hot. It's just such a move.
Professional.
Like what a pro to do it, to add it to the choreography, to wipe the snot across my dress.
I don't like to look at these things, Gio, because in 1997, when Motley Crue played Livestock, Nikki Sixx sucked the snot in through his nose, spit it out, and it hit me right in the shoulder, and I'll never forget. It was
you can see it.
It was my Zapruder moment. My shoulder went back into the left.
I think it's hot. Taylor Swift with snot dripping from her elbows.
Will that dress go on sale now?
I hope so.
The Taylor Swift snot dress go for $2 million.
I mean, that is a lot of snot hanging there. Look at that.
All right, enough.
Right across the mouth.
I get it. Gross.
Father's Day, of course, this weekend, and a lot of different sales going on. A lot of Google trends that are happening. I know that said that Father's Day rundown includes 87% of dads say they pretend to like a gift they didn't. The most searched Father's Day sales are grills and for some reason potato salad.
I love
I guess
potato salad recipe for the grills.
I guess a lot of people. Oh, for the grill.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you that my wife and kids gave me a great gift for Father's Day, a fishing charter that I cannot use because of the weather, but we will go another time, and I love that gift. That's great. I don't know. I think my wife is really good at buying gifts, and my wife got me the reenactment photo of my daughter knocking out my son. Like Muhammad Ali.
That's a good one.
I told her, I go, every year for Father's Day, I'll walk in my office and look at that picture, and you're still good for another 10 Father's Day. That's the best gift I've ever gotten.
If you don't like the gift, do you pretend that you do? Like, you don't want to hurt the feelings?
I don't know.
Yes.
I can't remember. Yeah, you have to do it.
From your kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
My family gets me horrible gifts.
Before I had kids, I worked with a guy named Brent, and Brent had kids when he was in high school. His first kid was born when he was a senior in high school, or right after. And his kids, I have no kids, no wife, no girlfriend at the time. And Brent comes in with a macaroni necklace. And I go, what is that garbage? And he's like, my kids made it for me for Father's Day. I go, take it off. You don't like that. And he's like, I love it. And I go, no, you don't. It's ridiculous. It's a dumb thing. You string through macaroni. And he's like, one day you'll have kids and you'll know. And I'm like, okay. The first time my son gave me a stupid gift, I still have it. It was a cardboard tie that he cut out and colored red and blue. And he was like, this is your tie for Father's Day. I wore that tie, and I still have it. You're right. When you have kids, they become the greatest gift.
It could be a simple picture. Hey, Dad, I made you this picture.
Yeah.
And you take the picture. Thank you. You put it up in your bathroom. You tape it up there.
Yep.
It might be up there for years.
Yeah.
But it makes them feel good.
I have some stuff hanging in my office that my kids made years ago. My daughter is in art camp right now. And they do stuff, and sometimes they're like, all right, today we're going to do glue and cardboard and teach how to make a house. What did my daughter make? A porta potty. All right. I was like, that's why I love you. That's my daughter. Makes the porta potty.
On average, how much do you think your significant other should spend on you for Father's Day for a gift?
Not a lot.
Not a lot?
Under $100.
$100?
Under $100. Like my wife, I know the fishing thing was probably way more expensive. But if you're buying me like an actual gift, no, it should be under $100.
It says here, according to this poll, $76
That's fine.
is the going rate on what you should spend for Father's
That's
Day.
about a bottle of whiskey. I'm good with
I was
that.
going to say a bottle of whiskey, a couple of cigars, a nice pair of shoes. One of those things. Nothing. This is not Christmas. You don't have to go crazy. Just something that says, "Here, Dad, we know you like this whiskey. Happy Father's Day." There you go.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right.
It seems cheap for Father's Day, you know?
What do you mean? I don't know what I'm going to get my father. He doesn't drink. He doesn't drink the whiskey.
Mother's Day seems like moms, you spend a bunch of money, but Father's only get $75.
Moms, well, you asked me. Moms are getting flowers and something else.
Oh, that's it?
A pair of slippers and some flowers.
Oh, wow.
I bought my wife an ice maker.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
My wife says sometimes she says the weirdest things. Like she never has an ailment. Like she'll never be like, "Oh, my head is killing me." She'll always be like, "You know that spot on your ear that you can't really feel and you could squeeze it? Mine hurts." Or in the center of your spine, does your spine hurt? No, there's a spot where it meets your neck on the corner. Mine's sore. Like she never has a normal ailment, So we went to the beach condo, and she's like, "I don't like the ice in the beach condo." Like, of course you don't. Why would you like the ice? It's the same recipe as it is everywhere else, but you don't like this ice. So now we have an ice machine.
Okay.
Listen, Sonic, they have the best ice.
They do have the best
And hospitals.
I found out that my ice maker here makes that little Sonic ice.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Oh.
I don't like it. Starbucks is using it now.
Yeah.
And it fits through the slot. So when you go to take a drink, you're like,
But
choking on ice.
not all the Starbucks have like transitioned to the crappy ice.
Oh, really?
The little pellet things.
Yeah, I got pellets.
Yeah, I don't like the pellets.
I don't like the pellets either. I want blocks. And the pellets melt quicker.
Yeah.
Another good ice, the ice at the station. It's like the normal cubes, but they're mini.
Oh, that's all right. I
Yeah,
like that.
but I like the little shape, and it's not as big, and yeah, that's good.
An argument against you
Yes.
being rich. You say you're not. You say you're not, but an argument against that. I don't like the ice at our beach condo. It's just not. It's not a great start. I don't like the ice at our
One
beach
of those 11
condo.
fridges
It's
that
the
have the ice
richest thing I've ever heard in my life.
loving this.
I'd like to point out,
You eat McDonald's.
I never said my wife's not rich. My wife was rich. Listen to me. I drink. I just got through telling you I drink out of the tap. So I'm not that guy. You know, I like all people's ice. All ice is equal to me. It's all the
I
same
don't
recipe.
like my ice at my beach.
I used to purposely say, were you ever at my other house before we lived here in Land O'Lakes?
I want to say I've stopped by one time. I think.
So
Yes,
it was
I
an average house, and I had the whole house is in the front, and then in the back there's like a bedroom and a bathroom that go behind a door. So I used to call it the wing, and I used to drive Dinah crazy. I used to go, well, in the south wing of my house, like just to bust her balls, and it used to make her so mad. That was the Ralphie May room.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Ralphie May room in the wing that Bert Kreischer built.
Yeah.
Well, and if that was an average house, what would you call this house?
This house is above average.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you about that. You know how many houses I had to go through to get to this house?
2.
I worked my way through it. Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
But still, I had to buy them right, and I had to live in Wesley Chapel for a couple of years.
Spanish.
so-
How many houses have you gone through?
I've gone through one house. I'm still there. It's
Yeah,
Joe's.
it's not
Well,
your house.
Galvin's.
Yeah.
Right? It's
I
Galvin's.
would-
Galvin's.
I went to the Wesley Chapel house. It was about the same size as my house now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an average house.
That was 20 years ago.
Yeah,
You're not
but the,
rich, Gio.
but the
No.
problem was when Juliana got bigger, we had too much stuff.
Yeah.
We just had to move because we needed a bigger house.
Yeah, you don't get rid of the stuff. You get
No.
a bigger house.
Well, we got rid of the
That
stuff
makes
too,
more
but now we got now when both of them are older, we got bigger stuff. But now we're getting rid of a kid,
Oh.
so we're back to being normal again.
I can't wait to sell my current house. Now that my son is
Yeah.
18 and he's like, I don't need a 4-bedroom house.
My brother is on a plan. My brother is like, we have one more kid. He's a freshman in high school, and the minute he's gone, we are selling the house, selling it. Like he's already got the plan.
I want to downsize so bad. I want like a 2-bedroom house.
I want a bigger house.
You want a bigger
I
house?
want a bigger house.
I
Yeah.
want a house.
I'm eventually
With a
going to have to
yard.
have an in-law live with me. I feel like that's coming.
Really?
Yeah, because my in-laws are in their 80s, okay? When one dies, is the other one going to be able to live by themselves?
No.
Right.
Nope.
So they're going to end up living here, which I'm fine with.
Well, look what happened to Joe and the pantses.
That's right. I'm not taking, I'll tell you right now, I'm not taking any pets, but I will take an in-law.
Will you put her on the couch?
No. No, I've got enough rooms to make
Wait,
her a
what are you
room.
What's the matter with you?
Joe needs a bigger house, is what we've learned.
Oh, you want one of the pantses?
No.
Or
I don't
just
need
get
it.
rid of somebody.
Yeah.
Some dead weight.
Oh,
What you
wow.
buy?
I mean, really,
Someone
the
that's
truth
not a
is,
pants.
Yeah, you're not a pants.
I wear pants, so I'm
But you're not a
pants.
pants.
or a
Yeah.
face.
Pants.
You're not a face,
You're
a
not a
pants,
face or a
or a
pants.
teabag.
You gotta go.
I mean, the
I'll
truth
move.
is, the truth is,
I'd like to be a nomad and just wander around.
the logical thing is Joe's girlfriend moved in, and her family moved in. It's time for you. You're the odd man out now.
They love me though.
Yeah,
But they would also love to not sleep on the couch.
I'm not the one who's causing that.
Of course you are.
No,
you took the
Yeah.
other bedroom.
No, I was there before any of
I
them.
know, but what I'm
existed
saying
in
is-
his
But you're
life.
not part of the family.
yeah, you're not
Yeah,
part
it
of the
doesn't
family.
matter. I'm
You should get
grandfathered in.
You're not a face.
Yes, I'm a pants.
Or a
I'm the
pants.
original face pants.
Joe has moved on in his life.
No, he hasn't.
Kind of left you behind.
He's doing the same thing that he was
but he's got a-
10 years ago.
Well, he's trying to move on. You just won't let him.
He's got a
No,
family now.
No,
Yeah.
no, he doesn't have a family.
He's got a built-in mother-in-law, a wife,
Yeah.
and a daughter, and then you.
I am the family. They're just
You.
ancillary. Yeah.
You're the lingering uncle. Yeah, you
Tell
gotta
him,
get out,
Joe.
man.
Yeah, I'm not going nowhere.
He called you a lingering uncle, and you go tell him like you think he's on your side.
No, I was talking to Joe, not Dizzy.
Oh,
Joe, do you want Spanish to move out? Just look at him and tell him.
I told Anthony that he could stay there as long as he is,
See?
as
Thank
long as
you.
he wants, and if he does leave, he should leave for someplace better.
Thank you very much.
So
Yeah, like
that's-
someplace where somebody isn't sleeping on the couch all the time.
well, I mean, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
It seems okay.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I mean, I enjoy our situation.
If Teabag wants to go to sleep, she can if you guys are up drinking
She
whiskey.
go to sleep earlier than we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she has no choice.
Right.
Well, I mean,
She
does
can't
need
shut
a
it
choice?
down until you two go to bed.
Well, that's not true.
Spanish did tell me that he thinks the rent should be split 5 ways.
I never said that.
it would
No,
make
he
sense.
never said
He
that.
never said that because he didn't think
Never
the
said
daughter
that.
should have to pay.
Never
4
said
ways.
that.
Okay.
Nope. See, never said that either.
All right.
Joe, don't listen to them.
The fact that his rate has not been adjusted by the new people,
It's true.
Doesn't make
the
sense.
new additions,
don't
it's,
listen to them.
You know,
They're
You don't
trying
have
to cause
any
a
idea
rift.
what my situation is. You don't know what our situation
Yeah.
is, so you
Tell
don't
us.
know.
I'm telling you what he told me.
I never
when
said
you
that.
were not around.
Because you're a liar. You're a crappy person. That's what you are. You just like to hurt people
He
with your
feels
words.
that it should be altered.
Listen,
The agreement.
women come and
Nope, he
go, but
does not.
Spanish is forever. All right, I'm stealing.
Yeah,
it.
like herpes.
Yeah. What? No, herpes isn't forever
You
either.
give women herpes?
No.
Yeah, besides, if he leaves, how am I going to get to work, Michael?
Listen,
You know?
I look at
Yeah.
me. If you're comfortable with him being there, that's fine.
Well, that's
You like it?
yes.
You like it.
I love it.
All right. Now,
Do the pants like it?
yeah, everybody likes it. But the truth is that the pants should be paying more in rent, or at least
Correct.
Spanish should be paying less.
I'm not discussing my finances with you people.
Yeah, we're not
so,
discussing it.
So thank you for your
Spanish
advice,
brought it
but
up to
talk
us.
to my
I did
accountant.
not bring it up.
Like it's split 2 ways. It should at
It's not.
least
You don't
be
know when
split
it's
3
not
ways.
split 3. You don't know what it's
But if
split
his
like.
hasn't changed, then
Right.
Well, send me a contract and I'll let you know.
yeah, send him a contract.
Okay.
A contract to talk about your contract at home.
You don't know what our arrangement is.
Yeah.
You were all trying to find
just
out,
said
and I'm
that
not going
it
to tell
hasn't
you.
changed.
I know you two. I know what the arrangement is.
What?
It's just you and Joe.
What?
It's just you and Spanish paying.
No, absolutely
Oh,
not.
the pantses aren't freeloaders.
No, definitely not.
Not freeloaders.
No,
Certainly
they're
not.
They're paying their way.
Yeah,
And
they
then
are.
they're
so
doing chores.
Yeah, they're doing more
Yeah,
than chores.
we're
Yard
doing
work.
it. Wait,
But
don't
why-
say it
then
like
why
that.
are you then why are you always complaining about how much you have to pay?
When did I ever complain about how much I had to pay?
Oh, it was off the air. Sorry.
Yeah.
Joe, don't
You're
listen
like
to that.
3 more
I'm not
people, and I'm
listening.
still paying the same amount of money, and I pay for cable.
That's not.
I do
that
pay
is-
for cable.
See, how would I know that?
Right,
How would
why,
I know that?
Why
Because
is
you
everyone,
asked me.
Does everyone get to use the cable?
Yes, of
Oh,
You're getting taken advantage of.
you need to move out.
Oh, now we're back to this.
Yeah.
You need to move into
You're the
somebody else's house.
Disney,
Hey, if
you
you
got
want
space over there.
you want to come here? If you pay for cable, I'll let you live here.
I'd
Oh,
pay for
see,
cable
look at
here.
that.
Oh, don't do that here.
Oh, yeah,
That's
you're
more
right,
than
you're
your
right.
rent over at Joe's.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
My son's moving out. You can take his room.
I would sleep over there.
All right.
What if I? Okay, well, nah, I don't want.
If you moved into Joey's room, nothing would change. It would just smell like weed
Right?
and be
Yeah.
a mess.
I really don't smoke that much weed anymore.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wait,
Dizzy
what was
calling
that?
you out.
I mean, when I'm with him, it's hard not to.
Yeah.
Or me.
You know,
Well,
How
that's
do you
just-
How do you guys function?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like Dizzy's running the board and doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's
he's
what
a
you don't
professional.
understand. Someone like me and Ian, when we smoke, we don't get high. We get relaxed, if that makes sense.
I don't know. I want to
You
be
get that
relaxed.
feeling. Am I right, Ian?
Think about it as coffee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's all a plant,
Yeah,
and
no,
it's
no.
just calming you down and making
But
you.
it's never calmed me down. It always makes me hungry and antsy. and-
Because you don't smoke it often like us.
Yeah.
Right.
We've lost that high factor. Now it's just, I'm relaxed. I can start my day. I'm kicking it now.
Coffee's a stimulant too. It's the same thing.
100%.
Yeah, but it's a stimulant. It makes you feel that's a depressant.
Well,
brings
it's,
you down.
I mean, it's altering things.
well, no, not necessarily. It depends on what kind of weed you smoke.
That's
Mike.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Some people walk around this planet taking Xanax.
Yeah.
If I take,
Oh my God,
I've
yeah.
taken half a Xanax twice in my life. I have no idea how anybody does that. I mean, I couldn't speak.
I took one the other day. I was feeling really anxious, and my wife's like, "You want a Xanax?" I go, "I think I'm going to need one. I can't calm down."
During the day?
I was getting close to going to bed.
Okay, you got to go to sleep.
Yeah, but I don't. It doesn't do that to me. It just
Really?
makes me kind of okay. I feel chill. My wife says, I'll fall asleep if I take it, but also I start to talk like nice Mike. I'm like, God, Ian, your skin looks so good today. Like I won't just be talking like Carmen. I haven't seen you in so long. I missed you. I'll just say things like I wouldn't normally say.
Like mushrooms.
Yeah, you're more in
that's
touch
right.
with your emotions when you're on Xanax.
No,
you're nicer, yeah.
I'm in
That's what
touch
that
with
is.
him. Like I could look in Ian's skin and go, Ian has good skin, but I don't have to tell him.
Yeah.
I'm already in touch with my emotions. But
It
I don't
goes
have to
without
tell
saying.
him. Yeah.
You call it kind of shiny.
What?
You said you're the shiniest brother I've seen.
Titus looked like a chocolate Easter
He was shiny though.
I wanted to bite his ears.
Oh man.
I mean, he just looked delicious, right? Titus looked like he was made out of milk chocolate today.
I'm not gonna lie, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
And he smells delicious.
He does. Yeah.
I saw him at Bob Murray's thing the other day, and I gave him a hug, and I go, Titus, you smell better than any woman I've ever met in my life. He just does. I remember when he came in here and he had like a Louis Vuitton scarf on, and I wore it. After I took it off, I smelled like Titus the whole day.
That's
I
nice.
feel fresh.
That's how I feel about your house. Anytime I'm in here, my sweatshirt smells like you.
You know, me.
Whoa, your house.
Oh, I knew you liked me. You want to hear something weird? I don't really smell it in the house a lot because I'm here all the time. But if I go to the other house, the beach condo,
That's the one with the good ice.
and I bring my sleep apnea machine with me, when I put the mask on, it's in the mask.
Yeah, you
Isn't
smell
that
it.
weird?
Yeah.
It's like trapped in there. All right, let's take a break. We got a lot going on today. Mike Feeney's going to be here in the 9 o'clock hour. He's going to be at Side Splitters this weekend or tonight. I'm not really even sure. He's a very funny comedian, and he has been on our Calta cruise before. He's a good kid, and he'll be stopping by the studio this morning on his big Florida tour. And what else? We got more stuff to give away. We'll try and do that before the show's over. Woo. But I got something I want to talk to Dizzy about when we come back.
Oh.
Don't be nervous, Dizzy.
All right.
All right. Maybe go in the stairwell during the break if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, get it relaxed. Yeah.
All right. We'll talk about this next. The Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. As you know, Medicine Man called us from the hospital. He's been impacted for a couple of days. He's got a catheter, and he was supposedly getting out yesterday. And then at the same time, another of our listeners sent me an email. I'm not supposed to say who it is. If I read you the email, don't guess who it is.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna know like instantly.
Carmen?
I won't say it, but I'm just saying, are we gonna know who it is instantly?
I don't know what you know.
Okay. Well, I don't know nothing.
You know something.
I know nothing.
This made me feel bad.
You know nothing.
Oh no.
It says, "My life sucks."
Oh.
With the sad face.
I already know.
Don't say it.
I already know.
I love my family, but the place I live in is a hellhole. I have a pool that won't get fixed to swim for 10 plus years now, the screen that needs desperate repair, a bedroom that because of faulty plumbing and a few years ago got the carpet and wall moldy. I have to sleep in a computer chair.
I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't mean for him to read this email.
It's all right. It's all right. I'm working on it.
Just let it happen. Let it happen.
And because of another plumbing problem, I can't even take showers.
Oh.
I'm going to be 54 years old in 12 days, and I still live at home. Again, the story is my life sucks. And then it says, please do not say anything to anyone. So I'm not telling you who it is. Don't even try to guess. P.S. The 2 times I was in the hospital, I have a bill for almost $18,000.
Oh, no.
I applied for Medicaid. What's that?
Shouldn't have stayed for so long.
Well, I don't think you had a choice. I applied for Medicaid back in February, and I still haven't heard if I'm eligible.
Oh, no.
Why do you think I have this beard?
Did you ever get that air fryer going? Or
You don't know who this is. You don't know who it is.
Well, you did say he. So.
Oh, now I'm giving away clues.
No.
Got the foot model.
You got Spanish.
You got Spanish to spit out of his coffee. There's a foot model.
Don't spit on the laptop.
Don't spit on the laptop.
Cernak
You'll never
can
get
kill
back
you.
in. Oh, that was good. It took us all like a half a second for it to settle in.
I listen.
I feel bad. I feel so bad.
What do we do though?
Well, first of all, I'm sure we can find screen repair.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the problem, the top problem there. But, then, I mean, maybe Olin Plumbing. We could send a plumber up there to take care of the plumbing.
But I want to know how mold in the wall is related to him sleeping in a computer chair.
Because I think it ruined the area where the bed was.
Yeah. We don't need it. This is not his place.
I wish this person would call so we could put him on Disguise the Voice so they don't know it's nobody.
Ask
will
him
know
how
who it
much
is.
he's paying for in rent, Michael. I'm curious.
Are you bleeding on the back of your head?
No, it's so itchy. I just want it to. It's cooling down with the water. You know what I mean?
You're the grossest person ever. I'm
gross.
watching you cool down your itchy, gross head while you poop during the commercial break, sitting
I didn't
backward in my
poop
toilet.
during the
Yeah, it
commercial
doesn't
break.
matter. It's all the things.
My God.
All the things. Listen,
very judgmental.
You don't think it's gross?
You're very judgmental.
What if I was just taking wet paper towels and putting them on the back of of my head, and you're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm cooling down my itchy scalp."
Yeah. I have.
This sounds gross.
I'm sorry, I have a skin disorder from when I was so stressed out.
So
my whole body became
You
inflamed.
haven't fixed that yet?
Yeah, get
There's
over
nothing
it.
to fix. It's an autoimmune disease.
You got it now.
Fix your system.
She said you haven't fixed that yet.
Yeah.
You guys are really hurtful, man. I gotta tell you.
You don't know what it's
really
like.
Hurtful,
like
bro.
it's like if you're staring at me and I'm picking zits.
Oh, you've never done that before?
Not in front of people.
That's not true either.
Not in front of people.
I don't even want to do this with you.
Because you can't. You can't dance.
I feel trapped because when Carmen comes, the real estate here gets very small.
Yeah.
He's kind of in my personal space.
Yeah. Carmen,
But I know it's not his
here.
fault. I'm just saying.
You should come here all the time.
Oh, wait.
And we'll get your own desk.
Okay. I'm in.
Instead of having to just share.
Take Joe's desk. He's not using it.
No, come on over.
There are too many wires over there.
That's
I do
true.
not feel safe over
A lot of
there.
wires
She
here.
gets eaten by the wires the first time she walks over there. I like if you come here, Carmen.
I like coming here.
Yeah.
It's
and I like
nice.
Dizzy being a part of the show.
Yeah.
This
I
is
love
great.
being part of the show.
You do?
Yeah.
Would you say we're your favorite show on the station?
Oh, easily. Yeah.
Oh,
Why not?
boy.
Easily.
Oh.
You work on a different show.
Yikes.
Yeah, but I've always said this, that you guys have always had my back. You've always looked out for me. You gave me opportunities, and I've never had to butt heads with anyone on the show. So
Right.
yeah,
Who do you
easily.
butt heads with on Roger and JP?
Well, I butt heads with Monica before.
Yeah.
Roger and JP have called me out on air before for some stuff. Not crazy stuff.
Right,
but,
right.
Like it's been stuff that's like they went on air and said, I was like, oh, I don't know.
Like not like
that.
they didn't go on the air and say you were smoking weed in the stairwell.
No.
Yeah. Jerk.
That's just a known. Yeah.
Dizzy texted me a picture yesterday of me on Bone TV and Dizzy flipping off the
the
camera, flipping off me on Bone TV, and then sent that to me.
I don't know who posted this, but somebody also posted a picture of Dom's stall in the bathroom.
Dizzy.
Dom has an office and his own stall in the
Yeah,
bathroom
listen.
now, evidently.
Negotiations have been rough.
Must be some contract. Dizzy,
Yo.
I heard that you're anxious to fight on the undercard of the Spanish Mike Calta match.
Oh yeah. Before it was kind of like, yeah, it'd be fun to do it. And then yesterday when I was finishing the show, someone came in the studio, was like, "Hey, did you see Will's story?" I'm like, "No, I don't follow that loser." And he's like, "Yeah, well," he goes, he said some stuff about you. He replied. I'm like, "Oh, for real?"
In his story, he said something. He put it out there for everybody to see.
He put it out there that I guess he mentioned something about me on his little podcast thing, and him and Anna, they did like a react video where they played the clip from YouTube and they would stop it and be like, "Well, here's what I don't like about this." And it was really corny.
Really?
Yeah. He started.
And it was
calling
about
me,
you?
Yeah. I wasn't gonna listen to it at first, but I told my co-host because someone told me like, "Oh, he talks about you and the girl you do the podcast with." I was like, "Well, now we got to watch it." And kind of reply. So we did, and because he said stuff like, I was like, "Oh, you really don't have any leg to stand on." Like he said I'm untalented, which is like you can say a lot of things about me, but you can't say I'm not talented.
So
you know?
I'll give you my true assessment, okay? When you look at a room, like Galvin always says, I can tell you in the first 30 days or first 30 minutes, whether this person's going to be able to get.
Galvin can.
Listen to me. Every person I've had in my orbit has become a superstar. Yeah, listen to me. Hoppy became such a superstar that he thinks he's better than his own show. He beat up his own show.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hoppy turned his back on everybody. The guy he does a show with said to me, Hoppy's the most self-destructive person he's ever seen in his life. I go, yeah, I have been saying it for years. But anyway, I could tell Dizzy I actually went to Jason when I heard that they were flipping, what was that station?
Hot.
The purple one? Hot.
When you got
Divide.
fired, yeah.
And I said, can I just throw in my 2 cents? I mentioned one other person, and I said Dizzy. I said, there's superstars. Because I didn't know what they were doing with it, but I said those are superstars. And so I definitely have always thought that Dizzy, even if it wasn't like talent, even if you don't have to say talent, there's just, you have the it factor,
Appreciate
which is hard to get.
Yeah.
You're on, Dizzy's on the vibe?
No.
Oh, it didn't work out?
No, I don't. I'd much rather have Dizzy here.
Yeah, of course.
He's better here.
Yeah.
Now, wait a second. So you're telling me Will still does the podcast with Anna?
Yeah.
I thought she was like an on-the-run felon or some story like that.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I was
What?
surprised. So he was just kind of talking trash, and I expected him to say like better stuff than what he was saying. Like he said he could beat me in a fight, And I could tell he's never been in a fight because he's like, oh, I just put my hand on his head and he'd be swinging hair. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, he wouldn't be able to reach my face. I'm like, you saw me fight Hoppy.
Yeah.
He's 6'9". I connected on his face a couple times.
I have to tell you, I don't dislike Will, but my money's on Dizzy when it comes to fighting.
Yeah. Will, to me, looks like a lesbian stud, so I'm not worried about him. Like, I'm sure his girlfriend's parents have thought she's been in a lesbian relationship this whole time. I'm really not worried about this guy.
Wow.
Like, he looks like every lunchroom lady I've had in school growing up. And I'm like, you want to talk about me? Come on, Will. Come on, Will. Jacob 2 times could see that Will is garbage. That's what I would say.
Oh, he doesn't like Will?
No, but I'm just saying because he's blind. But even
I got you.
It's funnier now that you know the joke, right?
Yeah, my bad.
Disney's been working on the Will roast.
Yeah, right.
We have to talk to Jason and say, hey, listen, what if we don't have a punch out, but we just have a street fight? I don't know. I mean, we have to figure out something because we're missing out on some action here.
Yeah, I really want to fight him now. I'm like, oh, you suck, Will. Like, you really think you can beat me in a fight? Come on, man.
Every person of color wants to fight Will.
Yeah.
Because he sucks. He sucks, man. Imagine thinking you were better than 80% of the people on air, and right now, 80% of the people didn't even know you still worked in the building. Like, come on, bro.
Listen, you have to understand confidence is key, and I do find Will to be intelligent. I do think that he has some talent. I think that I'm surprised that there wasn't some sort of agreement between him and Johnny. And now that there's not, which I don't think that they're together anyway. I think Johnny does comedy, he wants to do it, and Will wants to do a topical, current events type show. I think Will should have his own show.
Is it true, Dizzy, that you offered up the after show if Will were to beat you?
Yes. The after show, I offered up my dog at my house itself, my car. Just any of my possessions and anything I truly hold close to my heart, I put up.
I'm going to tell you right now, if we did a winner host the after show fight, that'd be the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Because that's what Will wants. He wants more airtime.
I like the fact that Dizzy's doing it, but Will doing it would be fine with me too. Yeah.
Well, I never thought I'm not saying like he is not like he's terrible at radio. I get why Will's here.
Right.
But I just don't think that like he's as talented as he thinks he is.
He should not be casting dispersions among other radio hosts. Like he's not in a position to do that.
Yeah. Like I think I'm talented. I would not be like I'm 80%. I'm better than 80% of the people in the building. No.
I don't think I'm better than 80% of the building.
100.
90.
Everyone in the building, yeah.
No, I'm kidding. But I'm just saying I feel that I'm very equal among most people at the building. But, I think that you're up there. I think you do a great job. I think that you have some talent, and I think that as you get older and more things happen for you, that'll be shown more.
I appreciate that. Now, if he said I had a big ego and stuff like that, I'd be like, yeah, you're kind of right. I do have an ego sometimes.
But that's confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
but I was expecting him to say stuff like that, not just like, like I said, say stuff that like no one would really agree with.
Listen, you want to talk about ego? Will quit because he couldn't get his name on the show. That's ego. Aaron, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show.
Hey, good morning. Actually, this is Chris. I'm a Florida licensed ringside physician, and I'd be happy to attend the fight if it ever happens.
Oh man, see, this would be great. It's all coming together.
Yeah,
the ball's moving.
Yeah. Well, sir, listen. If we ever get the green light, I'll call out for you on the air. Thank you. I don't know. I mean, I can't. How do we turn down this? Yes.
Oh, well, I was going to say, so like we can't do it through the station, right? But I was just telling Spanish that I bought a Groupon for some jiu-jitsu classes.
Yeah.
So what if we all just like signed up for the same class
and all fought in the class?
Well, and then just happen to fight against the person you want to fight. You know what I mean?
There's got to be a loophole somewhere.
Right. Like we're not doing it for the station, but
couple
like
of things, Carter.
Yeah.
Couple of things. One is to quote Deion Sanders, if it don't make money, it don't make sense. So there's got to be some sort of financial aspect to this.
Right.
Second of all, this is an event that will, right now, we have solidly and confidently packed Janice last time we did it. And that was just the second or third one. We do one now. I mean, the last fight that we booked on the show was Warren Sapp and Chidi Hanatu. They both agreed to fight at the Punch-Out. And then Chidi was nowhere to be found. We can fill the Yuengling Center. We were doing it at Robarts Arena for the next one. I mean, we moved into an arena. We could fill a small venue. We could fill the Yuengling Center if we tried to do this. I'm just saying, Cox won't let us do it. But boy, would that be good if we had on this. If we had on the thing, me and you wouldn't even be. Me and you would be a joke match. But if we had Will,
Spanish would kill you.
That's fine. That's the joke. Hey, Carmen. If we had Dizzy and Will in the winner host the after show match, I mean that's life changing.
Yes.
The one person loses a job, the other person gets a job.
Yeah, and the dog.
And the dog. And the dog. I mean,
why does it have to be station related? Like this dude Dignitary can throw a celebrity boxing match.
Yeah,
and then get it done. What, seriously,
I listen. I said Pete Larios Enterprises could throw it too, and they were like, well, listen, I
mean, what you do on your own free time is,
they can't stop me from booking that.
Right?
They can stop me.
Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah, but they can stop me from even being there.
Well, no, they can't for even showing up.
Yeah, well,
as a guest.
Yeah, because what I do now is a representation of the company. So if I show up there, especially if they tell me no, and I go and do it anyway, you know what I'm saying?
What if we fire Will and Dizzy?
That it's so funny. I suggested that too. I said, what if we fire people and re-sign them after? Seriously,
we'll get you out of the backside.
They said they wouldn't allow employees to fight, and I said, then fire employees and rehire. Like I was trying to come up with what angle we could work around it. That would be great because if they fire them and then laid one contract out afterwards, and the winner gets to go over there and sign the contract. Oh my God! Listen, let's just go over we have Dizzy versus Will. We have the women's battle royal, which is always great.
Yep.
We have me in Spanish, which would be hilarious.
I mean, I would watch the Medicine Man fight again with all the adult toys.
Yeah.
The dildo match?
Yeah. That was very impressive.
Good.
That was fun. I mean, there's so many, and we need a good girl fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We need a good girl fight in there. I don't know. There's so many options. Come on, Jason, make it happen.
Yeah. There's got to be something to be done.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, I was calling to refer my boy Shabby for the fight events, Iron Fist Promotions.
What do you mean refer him? What do you want? What has he got?
He's got the cage, he's got the licenses, the insurance, the whole nine, and I mean he put on a great show when I went and fought in his events, and I'm just saying they're the best.
What do you do? You're a fighter, sir?
Oh no, I did it just because I was a drunken fool.
Oh, see now what's did you have to sign a bunch of stuff before you got in there?
Oh yeah, of course. You got to go through a physical, all that good stuff.
See, we bring Shabby out in his cage. We have people run through physical. The other guy's the doctor on hand, and we let it go. Oh man!
Yeah, right. I mean, let it ride. Let it ride. If you want his info, I'll send it to you.
All right, yeah, shoot it over to us. Send it on social media or whatever. Send Shabby's Iron Fist Promotions.
Well, you see, Jason, we've got Shabby on this now. So
legit now.
You know who also fights from the cruise? Dakota.
Oh yeah,
he's
Dakota's
a
fighter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
UFC
One
fighter.
of the Island Boys. Yeah.
We let him fight another white guy with dreads, and the loser has to shave their head match.
Lose your dread match?
How about? Oh, hold on. I got it. I have the best one yet. Two guys with dreads, white guys or black guys, doesn't matter. And you tie their dreads together before the match. And they have to box well tied together at the head.
Okay, international waters, Michael. Why can't we do it on the cruise?
Ooh. I bet the cruise line liability.
Yeah.
It's hard to even get the band to get on the cruise.
We couldn't even get a microphone to talk.
Now, wait a second. Back it up a little bit. We can't get the band on the cruise because, hold on, Carmen. We may have some here. The band gets on the cruise fine. It's the equipment that doesn't get on the cruise.
Right.
We don't need any equipment except for some punching bag gloves.
Yeah.
How about this, though? There is a wrestling cruise that brings a ring on the cruise. They do that. Why can't we do the punch-out cruise? I mean, granted, we're not going to be able to do it on
Royal Caribbean.
But what if we got a boat and we just went out there and did it on the boat? Oh man,
That's not a bad idea.
So many options. Mike Calta Show, low.
Hey, Mike, I got a suggestion for you on that. How about along the lines of the wrestling cruise? How about if you guys went in and fought under mask? That way it was no longer Mike Calta.
That's pretty good, too. Man. We just go.
Luchador mask?
Yeah, this guy, Fighter A versus Fighter B, and you never know who it was. Maybe it was me. Maybe it wasn't me. Good idea, sir. Thank you. Good idea.
Fight under aliases.
This big fat guy versus little Puerto
tiny,
Rican guy. Yeah. I wonder who this could be.
Nobody knows.
I feel like we're missing out on a huge opportunity here.
Yeah. Definitely a great moneymaker.
I think if you and I put a mask on, people are going to know who we are.
No.
That's crazy.
I mean, you
I can't tell.
You can guess.
What
but
do
you don't know.
we should make the mask look exactly like our face.
And switch masks.
Oh, dude.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, this could be great. I have to find out really what the problem is here.
What if we went out of state?
You drive to Georgia, do it there.
Oh, we did a pub crawl in Key West. Why can't one of the places that we stop at set it up?
So we just happen to roll into Sloppy Joe's and they got a ring set up.
Yeah, I mean, or the private island or something.
How about a boxing pub crawl? Everyone you go in has one match. You watch one match. One match, 3 rounds, and you move on to the next bar.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Or one match, 3 minutes, and you got to drink every minute.
Yep.
That's the old Stingers. Remember the old Stingers back in the day? Used to have the fights?
Oh, yeah.
They used to be the best.
Yeah. Stingers did it. But the best is I went to Bourbon Street on McMullen Booth Road. Back, remember that old one? Mm-hmm. They did it. They didn't even have a ring or anything. They would just put up like a ribbon. They would square off a ribbon. Guys would get slammed into the walls. It was
my God.
How nobody died there, I don't know. Yeah.
The good old days.
The good old days. Tell me about it.
Oh, man.
We're missing out.
There has to be a way. Yeah. There has to be a way.
What are you doing tonight?
After
your usual sunset watch and all that.
It's my brother's birthday tonight, so the family's in town. Oh,
brother.
How old's your brother?
What is he, 12?
He is 30.
My mommy's coming to my birthday party. 34?
He's 34,
And your parents are still coming for his birthday?
Well, he just got engaged, so everybody's getting together.
Idiot. Sorry.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. It was just automatic. I don't mean that.
Loud,
I don't mean that.
I'm going out tonight.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
Oh.
My wife is at Justin Timberlake.
Oh. Boys hit the streets tonight.
Where
Let's
we
go.
hanging out, man? Let's rock and roll, man.
Age.
I mean, we should do something.
Let's do some shrooms and get crazy. Let's go.
Sorry,
your mind.
Oh, no, you're out. You got to go to the brother's birthday party.
I never said when it was.
I gotta go to the brother's birthday party.
You just immediately counted me out because I have family in town.
I got to go hang out with my mom and dad.
I mean, mostly. What is that? Who's that?
My mom doesn't even like me.
It doesn't seem like it.
She makes the back of my head itchy.
No, that was my ex-girlfriend.
Oh. How long does that girl have to be out of your life before your head doesn't itch anymore?
I don't know, but I wish it was as simple as it would go away when she was gone.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's a new Skilo song. I wish it was as simple as my girlfriend. Has she called you at all?
She did call me. Yeah, she called me.
Really?
Yeah, but we don't really talk.
What does that mean? You don't really talk?
I mean, I pick up the phone, say hello. She says hello. I said, "You good?" She says, "Yeah." I said, "All right," and hang up the phone. She does. I still get burner numbers that call me every once in a while.
Wait a second. You pick up the phone. Let's reenact it.
Hello.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, Anthony.
Hello.
I miss you.
Okay.
When can we get back together?
Nope.
Please.
Nope.
Please.
Nope.
I'm gonna harm myself.
Nope.
You're on the phone for way too long already.
Oh, what do you want me to do here?
You know what I've been doing since I saw you last?
I don't know.
Eating.
Yep.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Now she's got no boyfriend.
Nah, she's got none, yeah.
Where's Clarence Carter? Clarence Carter.
ate him.
Carter.
I think you know where he is.
What do you get? 3 to 5?
I don't know.
I'm guessing.
I don't know.
Seriously, how close are you to getting back with her?
Not close.
A little bit?
Not close at all.
The fact that you answer the phone leads me to believe you are.
No, I mean, I there's.
That's why your head still itches.
I don't even know. No, my head still itches
Because you still stay in touch with
because
her.
I have.
Right.
Right, Carmen?
Yeah.
Give him one of these.
Yeah. There's just no winning with you people. I swear to God.
Well, you don't want to hear the truth.
That's not
we're
what
just
it
trying
is.
to help you.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
Are you?
Okay, Carmen,
I have to do this so I can look at you.
Are you here for that?
I am.
90% of you is back to normal. Right? No.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for
I'm
whatever the
asking you.
next 10%.
I would say on the surface, 90% of you is back to normal. You show up to work, you're doing good, you're back to the old Spanish.
He's in the 70s.
You still don't answer the phone when I call you?
That was one time out of what, 10?
No.
Yeah.
Let's not argue. Let's just say you're back to being normal Spanish.
Right.
But your head still itches.
Yeah.
Because you still answer the phone.
It's not because I still answer.
Well, I mean,
It is.
That's not how this skin issue works.
It started itching because of her. And
you just said that. You said it was because of my ex-girlfriend.
Stress in general,
right?
Maybe from you guys, might also trip you.
No.
You ever think about that?
Don't blame your problem.
Anybody think about the stress
We're all
that
stressed.
the show puts me under? They also make my head itchy.
I don't see Carmen's head itching. I don't see Gio's head itching. I don't see Galvin's head itching.
I get yelled at a lot.
Joe Galvin made Joe cry the other day, but you don't see his head itching.
It is unreal. It is unreal. Some mornings I go home and I can't believe.
Look at me. My head's itching because you're yelling at me right now.
Brutal the show is to my stress and my cortisol levels.
Oh, man.
Do you want to go get breakfast?
I don't want to talk to you right now.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Man, you never see Dizzy stress out like that.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder why.
I'll go home.
Dizzy's got Dizzy's got Will call him an untalented loser. He's never even scratched his head.
Yeah, he doesn't deal with them 4 hours, 5 hours a day in an enclosed room.
So you said 90%, Mike.
Yeah.
90%, yeah.
It's great radio.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, you're still a little high strung, aren't you?
Yeah. Yes.
I feel like maybe this isn't a job for you.
Oh, man.
Probably.
That's not
that's
helping.
it. That's what it is.
Can I just say something?
No.
That's what it is.
He hasn't been like this since the pants moved in. The pants faces. I think you're getting it a lot at home.
Yeah.
I think you're too scrunched.
You don't have enough room to spread your wings.
I got plenty of wing room.
You can't be like that.
I don't have big wings. I don't need a lot of room.
You're like a butterfly. You just need to fly.
Tiny little wings.
You don't have big wings, but it would be nice to have a couch.
I don't need a couch.
Yeah, I understand. You're getting cramped at all angles. You can't spread your wings at home. You can't spread your wings on the show.
Yeah. I just missed the pier, I think.
Yeah, you know you're going to jump in one day.
I miss just being able
You're just going to jump. You put a heavy pair of boots on, grab two 50-pound weights, and just jump off the pier.
That's not what I want. That's not what I want.
Has it been a couple days since you've been to the pier?
It has, yeah.
Okay.
You got to go back today.
I got to go.
You gotta go right now.
Maybe now.
Sunset 8:19.
You know, my parents are back in town.
Oh, that's what it is.
stressful.
Yeah.
You know.
I said that, and you said it was your ex-girlfriend.
I did not say it was like.
But then
Am I in the room by myself? I said your mother is back. No wonder why your head's itching. You said that's because of my ex-girlfriend.
I said, yeah, but it's. She
and then you said it was us.
It definitely is you guys. A little bit.
Yeah, but why aren't any of us scratching our heads and being itchy?
Because you didn't have autoimmune disorder flare up last year.
Right.
But you've been on the show for 14 years?
Yeah.
And it hasn't happened until her.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was her.
You can't blame the show.
So you think it was just that? You think it wasn't like a buildup of stuff?
I'm just saying, I don't think.
No, you're right. You're right. It was just one thing. It was just one thing.
I'm no doctor.
Yeah.
Never seen this Jewish rage before.
Yeah. I'm not Jewish.
Oh. Sorry.
Don't deny your people.
Yeah, I'm not. Listen, I wouldn't say anything if I was you. All right? You're the closest one. You have to Uber home if you keep it up.
Okay.
You could live here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
I got plenty of room for the whole pantses.
Yeah.
All right.
We got all the pantses room.
right.
So
Look
much
at me.
closet space.
This guy gets yelled at more than anybody.
That's true.
I would
by
not
the
say
angriest
that.
guy on the show.
I would
also
not say
true.
that.
By
And
the
look how calm
testosterone guy.
he is.
No.
Look how calm he
No,
is.
listen, again, you could say that. Maybe it's him this week, then it's me next week. Sometimes it's Carmen. It's the three of us always.
Why isn't it ever Gio?
I don't know, because he's the golden boy that never does anything wrong in your eyes.
Whoa.
My eyes?
Yes, your eyes.
These aren't my eyes.
Those are your eyes. I don't have
Now
any.
I want Spanish to
I'm
say.
not trying to say anything about. I love you, Gio. So please don't take that.
Joe
as
never
that.
does
You just
anything
throw a
wrong.
big insult at me, and then
I didn't
follow it up with "I love
Saying
you."
you're the golden boy is not an insult.
I mean, he does get his coffee, though.
Wow, I'm getting my.
Listen, it's
I'm getting
open
my
for
coffee.
anybody who comes here is welcome to get my coffee. It doesn't have to be Gio.
All right.
But
You
the
guys
fact
wanna
that he
take a
does get it
turn?
every day, it's a pretty good thing, though.
He is getting his coffee every day, and while he's there, he's picking one up
Who's
for me.
paying for it?
Mike pays for it.
Okay, so thank you.
So
I've
so
said
He's getting our coffee. He's getting our coffee every day.
I've said this many times. It initially started because I would show up with a Starbucks all the time because I would stop there on the way here, and Mike said, "Hey, will you get mine as well?" And that's where it started.
You fly, I'll buy.
Yeah.
That's pretty
where
fair.
Yeah.
It's a good deal.
It was. He never said. It never started out. Well, hey, go get my coffee.
No,
I was
never.
I was
I've
bringing
never
coffee
even said
here.
that to Carmen. I've never said, go get my coffee.
Yeah.
I have? Well, maybe when we did afternoons. Right?
Do you see where the stress comes from now? Do you see?
Oh, you don't have to to tell me. I know.
All right. Man, you guys let too much stuff get to you.
Your head's not itchy.
Yeah.
Golden boy.
I'm just losing hair.
You're the golden girl.
No.
When have I asked you to go get me coffee? Like we're in afternoons, maybe.
No, mornings. I've had to get your coffee a million times.
But I used to come there with coffee.
No. You would as many times as you were late.
I would still go get coffee. Most of the time I was late because I stopped to get coffee.
Right. But there was plenty of times that you didn't stop to get coffee, and it would be like, go get my coffee.
Oh, I would never say it like that. I'd be, Carmen, would you mind running the Starbucks? I'm telling you right now, I can know I never looked at you and said, go get my coffee. Ever.
You would literally hold your card up, coffee. You didn't, or you wouldn't even have to say that. You would just throw me your card.
All right, I believe that.
Yeah.
See, that's never happened to me.
Yeah.
I just showed up with coffee and he said, hey, where'd you get that?
Right.
Could you give
Carmen,
me one too?
I would go, hey.
Yeah, very nicely.
I go, Carmen, go get yourself a pastry and pick my coffee while you're there.
I would never buy myself with your card.
Wow. All right.
Sorry, Spanish. I apologize.
Just don't let anybody else throw out the
jumping
garbage,
on their
Michael.
train.
That means a lot.
Yeah. My bad.
Feeney is here. Will you get Feeney? What are you saying, Joe? You never what about the garbage?
Don't let anybody else throw out the garbage, Michael. I'm sorry about yesterday.
No, I'm taking over the garbage now.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't nope.
Oh, demoted.
No, I don't want that.
I can't have. Listen, I can't rely on you outsiders to get the garbage.
Michael, this is one time in like 4 years, and I was stressed. My head was getting itchy, and I missed it.
While he's not here, it's time for Spanish to go, isn't it? Come on, be honest. Oh,
I mean, 5 people.
Hey, Spanish, how'd it go?
It's not a soundproof door, by the way. just a heads up.
You can come to my place. I got an extra room.
Thank you.
You'll be closer.
I think I'm just gonna move
done.
around the country or something. I don't know.
Ian, would you say at all the shows you've been on, this is the dumbest show you've ever been on?
I love this show.
I love this show.
I'd be listening, laughing, and it's good to be part of it.
The ratings on this show are so high, it makes me laugh. Like I feel like I don't know. I know what people like now. I think.
Ian was there for Rob's meltdown.
I was.
Now
he's right there.
Essentially here to see Spanish's meltdown.
Hey, at least I didn't cry.
Which one do you think is worse?
Without Galvin being here, we talk about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's listening, by the way.
Yeah. But I'm saying without him being here to look at me like I'm a disappointment to him. Would you say Hoppy good or bad for the show when he was on?
I would say good. It was fun.
Carmen?
Bad.
You'd say the show would have been better if we've never met Hoppy?
Yes.
Gio?
Good.
Ian?
I would say good.
Yeah. I mean,
short-lived.
Yes,
by design.
But exactly. Bring in the burnout.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's not just Hoppy. You can find messes to bring in to burn out.
Sometimes they're just gold, just standing there waiting to be grabbed.
Sometimes, but
he didn't embrace it though.
Listen,
Hoppy didn't embrace his role.
No,
he didn't embrace his role.
He kept trying to be. Yeah, I mean,
there's a small shelf life on that type of person.
Dizzy, you want to know the truth?
Yes.
I look at Hoppy and I don't see any talent. I look at Hoppy like I see Tuttle, like just somebody there to beat up.
Yeah, which makes sense. He played a good punching bag, though.
Right, but I took care of Hoppy. I mean, I beat up on air, but not like as a human being. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I tried to help Hoppy out in his life. Yeah. But Tuttle is just a piece of garbage. Tuttle is just there to beat up and shock and hurt and do. That's what Tuttle does. And he cry. But Rob, I'm telling you right now, I still stand by. I mean, Rob did not gel with anybody on the show, but Rob's a good producer, and Rob's meltdown is one of the greatest moments in my career. And I'm going to tell you right now, Ian Beckles made that moment.
Oh, dude.
Ian, wow. I have said this before when you weren't here. When you looked at Rob and you said, "Don't you cry."
Yeah.
Well, his lip was quivering,
and you said, "Don't do it. Don't do it." Is the best goddamn moment of my radio career is when you were just like, "Don't." You were so serious, like, "Don't." This is gonna have effects on you for the rest of your life. Don't you do it? Don't you do it?
I mean,
so concerned.
And people are like, it's okay for a dude to cry, and I agree. But not live on air.
Point, yeah.
Not live on air when people are making fun of you.
Right.
That's not the time.
No. Right. And Rob crying because I said that his show stunk with Miller was the best thing. And, but also, to Rob's credit, I don't know how much of that was him adding to it to make it funnier, or if that was really
real.
But if that was really him, you know how hard that is to get a guy who's going to really be emotional on the air and do all that stuff. I mean,
but you know the problem. What the problem was with that was you never did that to him before.
Yeah.
Up until that point, it was, you're so great. You're so good. You can't do anything wrong, Rob.
Oh, and that's not true.
And then the one time that you actually picked on him to the point that he couldn't handle it. But up until that point, it was, you're so great. You're so good.
Everything's going to be great.
Yeah, and then once you finally...
And none of you think that might have been by design?
Yeah, I think so.
Think of how many times Spanish could cry about you talking about a sad loser show on Saturday.
Yeah, so many times.
It's the same thing, though. It's the same thing.
Here's the thing with Spanish, okay? And I can crap all I want on Spanish for 4 hours. But off the air, I don't think I treat you like that.
Not at all.
And I consider Spanish to be a friend. And when we're not on the air, I don't treat him like he's an employee. Except every once in a while, I go, Spanish, will you run upstairs and get this for me?
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't treat Spanish like he's an employee. He's my guy. You know what I mean?
By comparison, Mike, very nice to me on the air. Off the air, treats me like a dick.
Don't like it.
A jerk to my face.
Not true.
Complete a-hole.
Gio and I are kind of like me and Galvin. We hardly ever talk, right?
Yeah.
We don't hang out, not for any reason other than the fact that he's got a family, I got a family, we got stuff to do.
And I will say, just much like today, when you do crap on me, you do give me the opportunity to give it back or yell or scream. Yeah, so it's not like,
Yeah.
It's not like you don't allow it to go the other way.
This is the whole point of the whole show. The only one that's not allowed to talk back is Carmen because she's a lady.
Yeah.
No ladies talk back.
That's why I hate it here.
Listen, I did it. You learned.
I hate it there. I hate it here.
You learned from the master, Ron Diaz.
Yes.
You ain't coming back at Ron.
No.
But if Ron busts your tail, you gonna have to take it.
Yeah. You think back in the day, Billy the Phone Freak, yelling back at Ron Diaz?
Nope.
No way.
Nope.
I was talking to Bobby Kelly yesterday. He went on Ron Bennington's show.
Yeah.
It bothers me how good Ron Bennington still is.
I've heard that.
Yeah. He has the worst idea for a show ever. He does a show with his daughter. If I tried to tell you that there's a show with a guy and his adult daughter and they do the show together, it sounds like it'd be the worst thing in the world. It's a great show. Really? They're both great. She's great. They're great together. It doesn't sound like you're listening to a father talking to his daughter. And I told Bobby, I go, it bothers me at how good he is. It's effortless. I guarantee you when he leaves that building, he doesn't think 1 second about that show. I'm constantly thinking about this show and struggling on what to do and how everything in my life can relate to this show. Bennington, I bet, does his whole day and just walks in and goes, all right, 3 hours, let's do it, and then I'm done again.
But also, why do you stress about it? Because you also just said that the ratings are so good that it's like laughable.
Because the minute you stop stressing about it is when your ratings aren't good anymore.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I'm not happy with 20 share. I want a 25 share now. I want a 30 share.
I get that, but stressing about it.
There's a time in my future within the next 10 years that I'll probably retire from radio or at least from doing mornings or whatever. And 10 years goes quick. I want to make sure that when I leave, this was the greatest show to ever be on in the history of Tampa Bay. To go from a guy who used to call into Jack Harris's show on the weekend to try and get on the air to being the guy who has the #1 show in the area, that is, to me, the greatest, if I can end my career that way. I don't want to end my career doing, the doctor show on Saturdays or Will. Or instead of Will's doing mornings here. Will and Dizzy found a way to bring it together and make it the next greatest morning show.
Let's take
Run me right out of business.
Oh, my God.
All right, we got to take a break. Mike Feeney is going to be at Side Splitters this weekend. He is here in the building. He'll be in the studio with us next on 102.5 The Bone. One of the triplets is here in the studio with us. I'll tell you, I became tight with the triplets during COVID. I didn't know Mike Feeney, Mike Cannon, or Brendan Sagalow beforehand, and then it seems like during the pandemic, we were on Zoom almost every day or every week for all that time, doing Calta and Kelly or doing whatever we ended up doing that time, just trying to occupy the time. And you guys are great, man. I even though you guys don't do anything together, I always picture you as a threesome.
That's I mean, that's kind of a lot of people say that anytime people come out and see us or individually, they're always like when they always ask about the podcast and stuff like that. But it is crazy thinking about that, how much we were doing during Zoom. Like Calta and Kelly, it felt like it was like every other day. We
were doing so. By the way, this is Mike Feeney out of the three that is in the studio with us. We did Calta and Kelly. Because I know a lot of people want to do. I know Verzi want to do a podcast with Bobby and all that. And I used to say to them, and I said, Bobby, why don't we just do a podcast? We got nothing else to do. We're talking every day on the phone. We might as well just get on this BS for a little while. So we did this podcast, and we would either have all three of you or every other day reach out to one of you and pop on, because we were doing it 5 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week, of just getting on and trying to be entertaining during the worst time of our adult lives.
And the fans were great on that too. That was the other thing that was like, sometimes you do people's podcasts and their fans are like nightmares, but yours were always very, very kind to people.
Do you know that they still carry on without us? So we did a thing on Saturday nights that we called the jerk off party, where there was a bunch of jerk offs in the room together, and we would all get on and we'd all be live streaming in the video. And we could see the listeners, which we never get to do in radio. We never get to see what's going on. And we got to know some of them, whatever. And then after a while, after the pandemic was over and we stopped doing Calta and Kelly with the frequency that we did it, they would still get together on Saturdays and do the jerk-off party by themselves. They would get there and just, they all made friends. They're like friends, and they hang out and they do things together. That's
built a community.
We built a community.
Yeah.
That's a lot like our cruise.
What are you doing in that microphone?
I don't know, man. It just exploded. You saw that? I didn't touch it.
They're being held. Just leave it like that. It's fine. It's like the cruise. The cruise, we do the cruise every year, and the people that meet on the cruise, they get together and they go out and they become like a little drinking party.
Yeah. We still talk about that time on the cruise. That, Mike and Brendan. Yeah, when they bought like Mexican Klonopin or something like that, and Mike and Brendan have a large chunk of their memory missing from that day. Yeah.
I heard Sagalo said he fell off the wagon the other day.
Yeah, he said, he did. He went off it was for St. Patrick's Day. He went off, which is such a fun way to, like, if you're going to come back to drinking, do it in the most amateur way possible. And then he just was drinking at a bar for like 8 hours or something like that. But now he's back on the wagon, I guess.
Does he need to be?
No, well, that's the thing. It's like he's been calling it a relapse because I think that's a fun way to get eyes on it or whatever. But he literally was just like, I think I'm going to go back to drinking. I think enough time has passed. I think I can handle it responsibly. And now all of a sudden he chose St. Patty's Day where everyone's doing shots and everything, and he went overboard. And now he's like, I'm never drinking again, kind of a thing. But
do you think it's bad for him? Because I found out that Karen Fian had sex with Brendan Sagalo.
Yeah.
She said it on the show, so it's okay.
Yeah.
And I said, how does that happen? She said, well, I was drinking. And I go, well, that seems to be working in his favor. I think that's one of the
He's one of the most fun people to drink with. He was a real fun time to drink with. But,
what about you? You're a drinker.
Oh, I've only sped up.
There you go. No quitting.
You can't get me on that wagon if you try. Especially after this whole trip and everything. I've been doing like this Florida run, and it's been a lot of stress because this this rain. Driving around the state in the rain. I know it hasn't been as bad here, but in
down there,
southern Florida, I was in Key West, and then I was just in Naples, and now I'm in Side Splitters for the weekend. But it was unbelievable. The first 2 days we were in Key West, it was perfect, and then we had to drive to Naples, and it was just a monsoon for 6.5 hours. And then the GPS told me instead of taking like that Alligator Alley highway, I took 41, that like Tamiami, like that like small little deliverance strip of land in the middle of alligator farms or whatever that. And there's just no gas station for miles, and you're just hours of just on this one road, just with the windshield wipers going crazy. If you've never like thought about taking your life, I would recommend doing that drive once.
Well, it wasn't like you had a 19-month-old baby with you.
Yeah, well, that's the part I forgot to mention. Having a child who, by the way, 45 minutes into a 6.5-hour ride, got car sick and projectile vomited all over himself and the car seat. And so that was a stop on the side of the road. And then I went in to a gas station to get like Lysol wipes. And two of the workers who I don't know if they were lovers or if they was just a fight. So they had 8 teeth between the both of them. And they were in a like knockdown, drag out fight in the middle of like the gas station. Like a real fight in a big way. And I'm just trying to buy some Lysol wipes, and I'm getting all the puke off. The whole car smells like puke, and then it's back in the car for 6 hours of rain or whatever. And then yesterday, I have to drive, to Tampa from Naples, which that compared to the other one, it's like, it's only 3 hours.
So bad,
But then that rain starts again the whole way. So I'm driving up in that rain, and again the GPS. I got to stop listening. Do you use Google or use Waze?
I use Google.
Okay, that's what I use. And then Google on the way up, they're like, you could take the highway or you can go through St. Pete. And I know everything from like the avoid that bridge, especially it was like about 5 p.m. and they're like, avoid that bridge. You never know the traffic. But they said that it was like 45 minutes faster than the other way.
Oh, wow.
So I go, I gotta go this way. And then I go, and then second we get over the bridge, I started looking at my phone and I realized there's a Rays game at 6 o'clock and it's 5:15 and I'm like, and it's pouring rain and I'm going, I'm going to be so screwed. I might miss the show tonight. And then
that's an extra 300,000 people you'll have to deal with.
Well, I was just going to say, thankfully, nobody supports them at all, and I breezed right by. But it was, had you guys supported that team at all ever, I would have really been screwed.
You know why nobody supports them? They're not very supportive. I found out they don't like me in particular.
Oh no,
no. So they do like promotions. They have this thing where Major League Baseball released a city jersey, like it's something else that your city is known for. We have
the City Connect.
City
jersey,
Connect, yeah.
Yes.
We have a skate park here. So our City Connect hat was with the skate park, and it was skate themed. It was actually pretty cool. And they sent them to everyone at the station except for me. And then a week later, they had skateboard decks that they handed out. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And they gave one to everyone except for me. So they don't like me in particular, which is fine because I feel like we're even now. So
Yeah. I mean, it's just I've never seen a team so successful with so little support behind them.
And that's where it's interesting you said it because I have nothing against the team or the players. The team does a great job.
Yeah.
They're underpaid. I honestly couldn't name 5 members of the team, but I know their success that they have, and I know that they've been to the World Series, and I know all of it. But the organization itself, they're pushing for a new stadium, and I'm saying nobody's going to the games now.
Right?
Why would we give them a new stadium?
Maybe it's that the ballpark currently is a hideous, awful experience.
It's not.
It's not?
So it's a dome, right?
Yeah.
Which I know you don't like for baseball, but also, have you ever been to a baseball game in Florida in July?
No, they got to have some sort of a dome or retractable thing for sure.
But right now, what they're giving you is an air-conditioned room.
Yeah.
You couldn't be if I'm a player, I'm thrilled to death.
But it's the just food like, is good.
It looks like the inside of an air conditioner. Like the actual, like the aesthetics is not, it doesn't look, it's very like, and the fact they have that catwalk where the walls are hitting the top of that, every other dome seems to be able to figure it out except them.
Because the dome was there before the team. They didn't build the dome for the team. The dome was there, and they had hockey in there at one point. They have concerts in there, and then they put baseball in there. Now, they also have in right field, they have a tank with stingrays in it. Nobody else has that.
Sure.
They've got, the hallways are filled with family activities and things for people to do. It is a great environment. I used to live in Miami. I've been to a Marlins-Mets game in the middle of July and know that I will never sit outside for a baseball game area.
Yeah.
So all the people complaining and screaming for an outdoor stadium just don't know what it's like. And I'm saying don't reward these fair weather fans who only showed up in the playoffs and only showed up in the World Series with a brand new stadium when they don't even support the winning team that they have.
Well,
somehow that turned out that I was the asshole.
But isn't the new stadium supposed to not be in St. Pete? Isn't it going to be?
It's supposed to be in the Ybor City area, which is centrally located. But I don't think that people are not going to the games because I don't want to go to the game, but certainly not because it's too far away. It's 20 minutes past where the Lightning game is, and I'll go to plenty of Lightning games.
Sure.
And you're talking about it's in St. Petersburg now, which is filled with people, and also it's right over the bridge from Sarasota and Bradenton and all these other cities who have nothing going on over there.
Right.
You go to Sarasota and you can go see the Pirates minor league team, and they actually have people there. So I find it to be a bunch of hogwash. I think
they also tried to take him to Canada at some point.
Yeah,
so
they were going to split the season and bring half of it to Canada, half of it here.
There's a mess.
It was just a mess, is what it was. So maybe a new team. I mean, a new stadium with the team in a new area is a reboot. I don't know. Maybe it starts over and all of a sudden people become fans. People in this town very much like to be seen. So if that's the case, like you go to a hockey game on a Friday night, it's much different than a hockey game on a Tuesday night.
Sure.
Tuesday night's a bunch of people that are there to see hockey. Friday night's a bunch of girls with lightning bedazzled shirts on that want their boob jobs to be seen, which isn't a bad thing. I'm just saying it happens. So
what day is that? Let me get
So I haven't seen you other than I think running into you one time since you did the Tonight Show. I heard that was just a smash.
Oh, yeah, that was super fun. It was so weird because it felt like, I've been doing comedy since 2008 or 9. So at this point, it felt like that was well past what was, a moment that was going to happen for me kind of a thing. And also, it's like television, everything's changed
so
much.
But how old are you? You're a young guy.
I'm 30, and I'm 36 now. But I did it when I was like, I think I was just turned 35, or maybe 34.
Right. But you were... I mean, that's pretty solid. I mean, for doing comedy and then all of a sudden being young and and did you have that feeling like I don't know? To me, the Tonight Show is still Johnny Carson. So, but I mean, do you still have that comedy feeling? Like, if I do the Tonight Show, this is going to be a big deal.
I mean, when I started, that's how fast everything's changed. It's like when I started comedy, it was like get on Letterman or Conan was always like my guy, but obviously like the Tonight Show was bigger. But like get on one of those two shows, then you get a TV show, then you get into the movies, and then you're Jim Carrey. Life is great. But all of that's so different now. But it is. I will say there was something about doing it where you feel very much. It was like the first time I felt like I was in show business, you know what I mean? Like you show up, they shuttle you in. There's like paparazzi people and the show that I did happened to be like the highest rated show of the entire year. It had nothing to do with me. It was because it was the last show of the year. They had the Rockettes on. They had James Corden was on before his show was he was like announcing his show was ending on that show, and it was the Jenna Ortega, Wednesday Addams, when that show was like
hot,
blowing up as well. So it was like all of those things together. And then right before I went out on stage, they gave everybody in the crowd a $1,500 e-bike. So they were just they were like biting their chairs. They were so excited, and it felt very cool. Like and Jimmy was so overwhelmingly nice, and he's like such a stand-up comedy fan. It was and the weirdest part is you have to do the run through and you have to do your set for nobody because they're like
just
trying
like
to,
the stat.
They're trying to block
camera,
you, like the camera guys and stuff. So you're performing for it, but they want you to perform it as if
you're doing
it, and it's so that's the most uncomfortable part. But it kind of helps because.
But did it make you feel weird that like nobody's laughing and there's nobody there?
Course.
And you're
so
like,
I'm just,
I don't know.
And and they're like, look out. So I'm like looking out at empty seats, being like, right, huh? Like trying to thoughtfully pause, in moments and stuff. And the camera guy is just kind of like, yikes, And so so that was weird. But then, once I will say this, they're very smart too because they keep you busy the entire time. I had brought my wife Erica with me, and that was, I think, her first time. We had just had our kid Leo, we had just had our baby, so this was like the first time she was out, and so she was complaining to me. She goes, they're doing so many things to you. They're pulling you this way, they're bringing you to this room, they're bringing you to that room. And I go, no, it's the best because they're keeping me distracted.
You don't
otherwise,
want to be stressed
you're
out.
just sitting there with your thoughts. And I only had the only time I was nervous because I know it's like this set is gonna do well. I've done 1,000 of these shows, so it'll be okay. And I go, and the crowd's gonna be excited. It's just a matter of literally like not tripping on the way out. Like that was the only thing. But standing behind the curtain right when they were like coming back from the break, that was the only time I felt any nerves because in your mind I've been there 10,000 times. I've been like, I'll be on the Tonight Show and I'll wait for they to call my name and the curtains will open. And they just stand there and they're like waiting. The sound guy's like waiting with the curtain to pull it open, and you're just kind of like, all right, well, this is the dream that I've thought about for 20 years. Yeah, and then. In my moment of just kind of collecting my thoughts and breathing, I just happened to look over and like right where you are is just like Lorne Michaels was just standing there and like he just like looked at me and I'm like, okay, all right, well, that just ratcheted things up a bit, and but then And then I went out, and it was all they said was they were like, make sure you do 2 things when you go out. They go acknowledge Jimmy, acknowledge the Roots, and then they, get to your mark and do your thing. And my whole thing was like, I had my suit and I had it buttoned, so I was like, I just gotta acknowledge Jimmy, acknowledge the Roots, unbutton the suit, and then get into the set. And I kind of like just blacked out for that first part of it, where when I watch it back, it's funny. I came out, I'm like finger gunning Jimmy, which was a pure subconscious. Did not choose that. I literally give him a finger gun. I say, "What's up to the Roots?" I go in, and then
Did you give the Roots gang signs?
Yeah, just admittedly, yeah. And then I start doing my first joke, and like as they're laughing in the first joke, I kind of like moved a little bit, and I realized like, oh no, my suit is still buttoned, and I have like a bigger act outs coming, and I can't be like tight. So I literally like said, I don't even remember what I did, but I said a line in it, and like when I got the laugh, I like punctuated it by like opening as if it was all a part of it.
Like you're Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah. As the punchline hits, I unbutton it. But I did enjoy. A lot of people say like it goes, like a wedding, it goes fast. You won't remember. But I really made myself kind of sit in it, and it felt great. I know. I will say
how proud are your parents?
That's like the most now my parents will tell everybody that I'm a comedian. You know what I mean? Because before it's like people don't. I play the Comedy Cellar, which is the best club in the world, but people don't. Most people have no idea what that is or anything.
Right.
So, but when you say like Tonight Show, at least that for people, and then Fallon was super cool. I got, which again, if you watched. Carson, all that stuff. I got the couch invite, which again doesn't mean as much now, but it is nice to be there.
If you don't get it means a lot.
Yes, exactly. So coming back from commercial break and getting to say goodbye and doing all that, and Jimmy was just like so nice, and he was like, "Come back anytime." He invited me back on.
You should have been like, "I'll be back Tuesday."
Yeah, exactly. I was like, "I'll just wait back. Let's do another one."
Do you think you have late night talk show host face?
Oh, it's so funny because people, like a lot of people were like, you look like you were auditioning for Jimmy's job.
Right,
and I was like, well, that's and people were like commenting that, and I go, well, that's a surefire way for me to not get invited back. Jimmy's like, I'm not about to get fucking, all about Eve.
Whoa, dump that.
Sorry.
It slipped out.
Sorry,
you get that, Dizzy?
Sorry.
Dizzy? Hey, Dizzy.
Buzz.
Oh, wait, Dizzy, your mic was off. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. I got it. I got it.
All right, thank you. Sorry. That scared the hell out of me.
I got excited. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Listen, you podcast guys aren't used to having to follow the rules.
I thought about that way on the way here. I was like, man, I haven't had to not, everything's podcasting. And
the only person who can't do it is Lewis. Lewis cannot stop cursing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's like, I have to stop and go, I don't know if we can have Lewis on again. He can't control it.
And I was really, and that was kind of like, I kind of faded out at the end of that too. It wasn't even a full,
yeah. And then what? Now you've been on the road how long? Or you just popping out on the weekends?
This has just been a Florida run, so it's like since last Sunday. It was Sunday. I did the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's just been a full week, no off days.
Did your wife work?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
she's
taking time off, and it's just been
What does she do? Like, is she work enough to where if you become a huge failure, she can carry this?
I'm still on her health insurance.
Oh,
so,
you are?
Yeah. She's got the Cadillac of health insurance. She's got a great gig. But I think the goal would be for me to have enough for both of us. That would be pretty great.
It's a horrible job that you guys have because you put a lot of work into it, a lot of travel and all that, and it's like I get it. Until you get to a certain point, you can't relax with it.
Right.
I can't wait till my wife, something kicks in for her so I can get out of this miserable job. My wife has her master's degree, and I'm like, you should be the one making all the money.
I mean, if this is a miserable job, then I hope to end up
as miserable.
Yeah. I mean, to be able to walk to the other side of your beautiful home and be like, all right, let's have fun for a few hours.
No, this is I'm so lucky. I mean, this is a great job, but I think I'm the last of it. I'm the last generation that's going to make money off of it.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I go to when I go to Sirius XM now, if I go to do a Bonfire or any of the other shows out there and stuff, or Jim and Sam, it's wild that 95% of that whole office is it's empty.
Empty now.
It's just it's a ghost town.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what people want. It's going to be, they're going to push everybody out. They're going to let AI do the music radio. And then they're going to realize that they're missing everything and bring it back. That's just usually how it goes.
Yeah, there's a comfort in the drive time.
It's funny. I took I had already been in radio, but I couldn't quite finish my college degree, which I wanted to do. So I went and took some classes, and one of them was an intro to radio. They never had that before. So I took it and quit the first day because it was our homework assignment was recording your voice on a cassette tape. I'm like, I did this when I was 7.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway, the one thing that the guy said is, why do we still have DJs on the radio? And he said, because people want to know somebody is at the other end of the microphone. And I thought, you're right. That is what people on their way there, they could be just listening to music, but they want to know that somebody else is there.
Yeah.
Or else it just feels empty.
We're here for
Thank God you people are paranoid and need somebody to be your friend.
Yeah.
You lonely losers. I'm happy to be here for all of you. I'm banking on these losers not getting any real friends so that I could be their number one best friend.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm serious. I mean, that's I'm thankful to have them because there's so many things to listen to now.
And that's why podcasts, I think, took off because, again, it's like that thing of like, especially comedy podcasts where people are just talking because there's this weird disconnect when people watch stand-up comedy sometimes, like people come up after me after the shows like, all right, but you don't actually have a kid. You're not actually married, right? Like they think it's like a shtick, you know what I mean? Like I'm making up my whole life, which I think is also podcasts and crowd work clips that have been, gotten popular online. I think that's because you're seeing comedians be funny off the cuff and in a conversation versus like a rehearsed scripted thing, which is so frustrating because that's like the thing we work the hardest on. And they're like, yeah, that's great. But like now be funny like on the spot.
I think that I used to hate comedians that did podcasts because all you guys did the same thing. You're, all right, we have this podcast and we'll get on and tell a story. And then we'll go on your podcast, tell the same stories. And on your podcast, it was the worst. But then when it started branching out and becoming like once Rogan started talking to real guests and real stuff like that, people were like, oh, we don't have to just talk to other comedians. We could do stuff. And some of them made it, and some of them were just idiots talking to each other.
Yeah,
I love. I never listen to any podcast, any of them, but I love the clips of all the podcasts. I love watching the Bad Friends clips on Instagram.
That was one of the most fun podcasts I've ever been on in my life. It was just,
those two guys are. Santino is one of the nicest, funniest, jerk guys you'll ever meet in your life. He's a great jerk, and Bobby Lee is to this day still my favorite guest we've ever had on the show.
He's radio or podcast like royalty. He's just like you can guarantee it's going to be hilarious.
He is insane, and I'll never forget the first time he was on the show. I said to Galvin seconds before he came in, I go, so what are we going to talk to Bobby Lee about? Like, Mad TV's not on. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
First 5 minutes of the show, he is lighting his pubes on fire in the studio. Like, this guy's the greatest guy ever.
They both have such a fun rapport, and it's great. And also, as like a guest on the show, it made you feel so. Like, you didn't feel like you had to either get a word in or jump in. Like, they not only included you, but they made you feel like just go for it. Yeah. And it was very, it felt like, when podcasts had first started, when you can kind of just do whatever the hell you want and not worry about, like, can I say this? Because they have a massive audience. So there's that thing of, like.
What is the process of getting on those podcasts I don't even know, like, do you call somebody and say?
I know Santino. Yeah. So just from comedy.
You just say, hey, I'm going to be in town next week.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was just like, just like with this.
Like, yeah, it's like when Bobby went to L.A., we went to L.A. to do Something's Burning Bird show.
Yeah.
And while we were out there, Bobby's like, I'm going to book a bunch of other shows there. I'm like, oh, you're just going to show up and be like, I'm here, let's do it. And that's how it works, I guess. You know other people and you just reach out and say,
and it's also comedians planning things, so it's terrible in terms of, being like, I'm coming out there in a month, can I do it? And they're like, I don't even know what I'm doing Tuesday. You know what I mean? It's like you have to be like, I'm here this week right now. And they're like, I guess, come by. So it's very...
this is Mike Feeney that is here in the studio with us. Mike Feeney was on one of our cruises. Was that the COVID cruise? It was. Because it was just me and Gio, right?
Yeah.
The rest of the show wasn't there?
Nope.
Yeah. Thank God you guys were there. You saved the day on that one.
Yeah.
And then you did the podcast with Feeney and Sagalo, right?
Cannon and Sagalo, but I was also on.
I'm sorry, Cannon and Sagalo. Yeah.
No, you're technically right. Yeah. There's only two.
Yeah. Then we have a theme for this song called "So Many Mike." And it's written by a Japanese band called P-Lander Z, and they wrote a song about how everybody in America is named Mike.
I mean, that's fair.
It's very
Parents
fair.
in the 80s were not very creative. Mm-hmm. They just were.
Do you have a middle name?
Yeah, it's Thomas so my dad's name is Thomas Michael, and he wanted me to be Thomas Jr., and my mom was like, absolutely not, no chance in hell. I'm not screaming at two Thomases. So then they just reversed the names, and then, my dad was like, "Come on, let's get into Miss Michael." And then she's like, "That's it, we're getting a divorce."
Wow, your mom really called the shots on that one.
Yeah. Well, and she called the divorce too. She called it from beginning.
She's
to end.
here. She's in what, Orlando?
Up in like New Smyrna Beach. So
because we ran into you at the Paul McCartney concert.
Yes. That was the last time I saw you.
Yeah. How weird was that?
Yeah, Memorial Day. That was I think a year ago, right? That was last. It was actually last year.
Yeah.
Okay,
We were walking out and I said, "Who is this little boy coming out?"
That was a great show.
It was great.
I still talk about it. He played like every instrument.
I hate that stadium and I hate driving to Orlando. And for Paul McCartney though, you have to do both. So
you gotta do it.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
Well, good. I'm glad Mike Feeney is in town this weekend. He is at Sidesplitters. I could personally tell you, he's one of the funniest, one of those fun guys to hang out with. If you want to go see him, 960-1197 or sidesplitterscomedy.com. You can get on there. You can pick your seats. You do the whole deal and go by and check him out. Are you with anybody that you know of?
I am with. It's Brian Aldridge is featuring, and Sean is the. I just met him last night. Sean's great. He did great last night. But I got 2 more shows tonight, 2 more shows Saturday. So,
go check out Feeney, one of the good guys. And by the way, he was on the Tonight Show. Just pointing that out.
Come say hi afterwards. I will hang out. I'm going to hang out at the bar. I'm going to drink. Bobby likes to go outside and smoke cigars when he's there and talk to people. I'll be at the bar. I'll be at the bar.
So difficult to be Bobby's friend sometimes. Because I don't smoke cigars, and he's constantly.
Tough.
You want to go to a cigar bar? You want to hang out at a cigar bar? Do I want to? No.
Is there anything worse than not smoking a cigar and being in a cigar bar?
And the reason why I don't smoke cigars is because one made me sick, so now just the smell of it makes me sick.
Right.
Then we went to a bar in Port Charlotte, which I got to tell you was enjoyable. In the middle of the day, we went to a cigar bar, but I could just feel the situation. It was 2 old guys that were there, and me and Bobby, and a mediocre 4.5 lady bartender that gets treated like she's a 10.5 because it's just old guys in there.
Right.
And I was like, I just see too much. I don't enjoy it. Yeah, no, we actually had a good time. But Skinny Bobby only smokes cigars. Like, we can't go eat anymore. Skinny Bobby doesn't want to eat. And then he wanted to go to Walmart. And he got mad at me because I didn't want to go in Walmart with him. I go, you go to Walmart. I'll drive you, but I don't need to be with you while you're buying swimming
he
trunks.
Wants the friend. He wants the walk. And it's I ever tell you my running joke, what I always like to do to Bobby is anytime I call Bobby, it's always past noon or something like that. And when he answers the phone, because you know him, he answers the phone as if he's like running a marathon.
Real on fire.
Like, what's up, dude? You know, like it's like there's just panic inducing instantly. So every time I just like to say to him, I just go, I go, hey, you sleeping? Which just sets him off on another, because he's like, of course I'm not sleeping. I've been up since 6 a.m. What are you talking about? It's too late. He starts, he says a lot of things I can't say on radio. But it's a very fun thing, and he's never caught on that I say that, and every time he gets equally as mad. It's very fun. Next time you talk to him, ask him that if he was just sleeping.
If he's sleeping, I love the way he talks about you. I said, hey, Feeney's coming in this weekend. Oh, good. He's going to be on the show. Yeah. Oh, good. Bring him with his dumb face and his nice hair, and he can never just fully compliment somebody. He can be so happy you're going to be on the show, but then had to throw a dig at you.
Of course,
he's the best. He's the best. All right, we got to take a break, and we'll be back here before we wrap up the show. It's a Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. And Feeney was just starting to tell me that he went to McDonald's last night for the first time in a year, which is funny because the listening audience know we talk about the effects that fast food has on our body at our ages. You're considerably younger than I am, but if I am in a McDonald's drive-thru, just getting something for my kids, my hands swell up to where I can't make a fist. So
it hurts, dude.
What did you get?
I think I had an elite.
Because for those of you who haven't seen Mike, he's a skinny kid.
Yeah, I think I had an elite order. Because I wanted to hit all the checklists, right? So I went all a la carte here.
Right.
I went
no Happy Meal or anything.
No value meal or anything. I went with the double cheese because I always used to be the 2 cheeseburgers was always my meal as a kid. So I instead let's get less bread out of here. Double cheeseburger. Right. Just let's be efficient here. I got a small fry just to get the taste of the fries. Yep. They were very cold, and then I got a 4-piece McNugget with it because you got to have everything right. So I get that, and then I sat there in the parking lot of the McDonald's just so I could wolf it down.
Right.
And then as I was having it, I'm like, you know where I messed up on this order? I didn't get a McFlurry. And then I had that thing of do I want to go back through the drive-through for McFlurry? And I go, I I do want to do that. And so I went back around the drive-thru.
Did they recognize
And I
you?
got an Oreo McFlurry, and I came up to the window, and the guy did a double take, and he goes, were you? He goes, he said, am I tripping, or were you did you just come through here? And I go, I have no idea what you're talking about. And he goes, no, man, are you serious? I go, I don't know what you're talking about. Because I'm like, first off, I'm ashamed to even say I went to McDonald's, let alone to be like, I went through the drive-thru. I can't be admitting to going through a multiple drive-thru McDonald's experience.
Yeah.
That's a low point in life is the double drive-thru. So I completely denied it. And the guy was for sure high, and he was really thrown by. He was like, "Have you ever seen like The Matrix? This is like that black cat thing." Like he was losing his mind. So it was, but that was it. So yeah, I think that was the move. But I'm in a terrible amount of physical discomfort today.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you made it through. I am a fan of the McDonald's. I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's tough.
Age has gotten away from me.
It's gorgeous. The McGriddles.
What is it?
Gorgeous. The McGriddles are so good.
It's a weird way to say it.